All right, this is our first Dungeons and Dragons adventure. This is episode 1.
Woo!
My name is Danny F. Lanza, and I am with a big group. I'm with four people, 3 people besides myself.
I'm sorry, is this the Dan Lanza show? I thought
This
we were
is
just
the Dan Lanza
recording audio.
Well, you know what it is? It's my audience that wants to listen to it. But anyways, so I'm here with Lindsay, Veronica, and our DM. They go by DMs, right?
Yeah.
Jake.
DM, GM.
You can call him dumbass.
Dumbass. No, because I feel like that will be really bad for me later.
Yeah, I might use that.
Yeah, I feel like all DMs are spiteful.
Yeah, you got to be really nice to me from here on out. So.
Let's do one of these.
So, okay. So I think to start, we will go around and introduce our characters. Veronica, if you want to start.
Okay, sure.
Tell us your character and your backstory so everybody knows.
Alright, so my name is Rue Nickhorn, and I was originally a unicorn, and basically I still have a horn, a magic horn. I'm in an elf body at the moment, which I can tell my backstory to tell you how that happened, but only people who have magic can really see my horn.
Mm-hmm.
So to most people, I'm just an elf person.
You're just a crazy elf claiming that she has a horn.
Exactly. Just nuts. So I'll read you my backstory. I don't have it memorized, so I'll read it to you. Basically, I travel from elf village to elf village seeking refuge, making friends, staying away from human villages because men are evil. Mm-hmm. I have been to a couple, but I stay in the shadows. So I know what a human village is, but I don't really go there that often. It's like Walmart, try not to go there. One of my closest elf friends is a young hipster elf with magical abilities, so he knows that I'm a unicorn. He can joke with me about it. He keeps it to himself. And then I also have 2 other close elf friends named Wimble and Paige. The 4 of us visit a faraway human village to try a new brewery that Edward wanted to hit up because it's like totally cool and he likes IPAs. So we end up going to the village, sparring around, being idiots, and we discuss our lives while a shiny but scruffy late 30s-year-old man looks my way. He's staring. It's weird. He ends up pulling me aside and offering to teach me the ways of a paladin, saying I have some natural healing ability that he can sense because he can see the horn.
I feel like this ends with an Amber Alert.
Right.
That was the last time I ever saw my family or the sun again.
It's an ancient creature over here.
Yeah.
Is it
No, I'm
really
actually
Amber
really
Alert
old.
at
I
that
just
point?
look young, but I mean, maybe he could have just thought I was young. But okay. Anyway, it's like best of both worlds for
I'm sorry, does
Kind of
this happen?
predator.
You meet this guy when you are an elf body, or when
in
you're
an elf body.
Okay, I got it.
But he has magic, so he can see my horn.
Got it.
That's the story. So that's why he came up to me. He's keeping it a secret because there's not many unicorns left, so it's not really spoken about.
Mm-hmm.
I have a best friend that knows, and then there are some older elf, like kings or whatever you'd call them, that have
Elders.
magic. Elders, there you go. The old elves that know, but we also keep it to ourselves because they know that like I could be hunted down or whatever. And okay, so he ends up pulling me aside and offering to teach me the ways of a paladin because I have healing ability as a unicorn. Unicorns have healing. And I told him that I will only take his teachings if he also teaches Edward, which is my best elf friend. Edward and I take up his teachings, but I excel way faster and leave the 2 of them to continue my quest to find more unicorns, which I need to do alone, while Edward finishes his training to catch up to my level. So I'm trying to find more of us. That's my thing. Edward still needs more school. And then our teacher's name is Alphonse, and he told me that when I was leaving, if I ever needed help, to pray to the sun god Saloon.
Not the sun god, but
Sun
She's
god?
moon, right?
Moon god?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Saloon is
Some kind of god lady.
Well, I know she goes by Luna, so I assume she's moon.
Okay, so
So pray to Saloon.
pray to Saloon
Yeah.
if I ever needed anything. And then along my journey, I get lost in the forest where I find a unicorn on the verge of death. And I pray to Saloon. She answers my prayers, helps me save it, and gets us out of the forest. And then she asked me to join her order, which is how I end up in her paladin order.
Okay.
So that's where all that story was going to.
Gotcha.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Do you want to go next?
Sure.
This is Lindsay.
I probably won't read it verbatim because it is a little lengthy, but
Jesus Christ.
Give us the
That
cliff.
is a goddamn novel.
Give us the cliff notes. Huh?
That is like,
Lindsay's
you guys
thesis.
can't see it, but she has a.
I mean, I sent it to you. Did you ever?
I
did you
did.
Look at?
I
Okay.
did.
She
I mean,
has,
it is a little long.
she has a Google Doc on her phone, and she had to scroll for like 30 seconds to get to the bottom of it.
Listen, I did it very thoroughly. I took it very seriously.
Yeah.
Okay, so my character is Riot Zalar. She is a tiefling rogue. She was born to a human family. She's the second youngest of 5 siblings, and she had a really rough childhood. As you know, most are very suspicious and distrusting of tieflings. However, during my youth, I was kind of a
Is
shy
it pronounced tiefling or tiefling?
tiefling.
Is it tiefling?
I think
I've
so, right?
always known it as tiefling.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was saying it wrong then. Sorry.
Yeah, that's Mana.
Thanks for interrupting my story. Threw off my groove. I was kind of a standout kid. I did really well in school. I was very friendly, and everyone kind of loved me, which was very unusual for a tiefling. There was actually a propaganda campaign that happened in my village that were led by like the church elders. Basically, the whole campaign was about trying to change the narrative of tieflings. So they used me as the face of this campaign. So it thrust me into the limelight and basically stole my entire childhood and robbed me of my entire personality because they commercialized it. But my parents loved it because they made a lot of money. And the more rich and famous they became, the more miserable I became. I was paraded around other kids my age at other schools. They held events where I would read to people in the town and they would say, "Look at her, she's amazing for a tiefling." And then in public, my siblings were always on board, full of smiles and supportive. However, behind closed doors, they taunted me. They were jealous of my quote-unquote fame. They distrusted me because, after all, I was a tiefling. However, my youngest sibling, Torin, he loved me for me, and we had a very, very close bond. But turns out the church really had ulterior motives. They were using this propaganda campaign as a way to lure tieflings to the church. On the surface, it seemed that they were just promoting acceptance, but it was really a ploy to draw tieflings to the church so they could be cleansed of their evil infernal heritage. So as soon as I found this out, I quit. My parents were furious. They, not only for the loss of money to come, but also for disrespecting the church because they were very, very religious. So this caused me to kind of snap. I say that I didn't have exactly one pinpoint moment where it happened. It was kind of a build-up of other, smaller events that caused me to kind of totally lose my shit. But after a blowout fight with my parents, I left home and had been making my living on the streets starting at the age of 16. I'd often perform for money. Other times I'd steal, but my favorite gambit was what was called, I meant to come up with a fake name for this, but 3-card Monty.
That's all right.
So I do 3-card Monty on the street where I really make the big bucks because I use my tiefling rogue stealth and quickness to do the game, so the house always won. So that's how I primarily made my money to survive. But on the side, I also began holding rallies, speaking out against the church and exposing their bullshit campaign for what it really was, torture. But I didn't have a large following. People kind of laughed at me and didn't take me seriously. On one particularly drunk night, I stumbled into an inn. It was freezing cold, and I had made out like a bandit with my 3-card Monty winnings for the day, so I rewarded myself with a nice warm bed for the night. It was there I met the innkeeper, Luna. She gave me a warm welcome to the inn, took me to my room, and then invited me downstairs for a nightcap. While I typically distrust others immediately, in this moment I was drunk and happy, so I let my guard down and joined Luna in the parlor for a drink. And Luna is Saloon. She goes by Luna in her human form, and she often poses as an innkeeper when she's in her human form. So I physically met her, and she's gifted in divination, so she actually gave me a divination reading, and told me that I had a bright future full of glory, but I needed to let all of my childhood resentment go in order to complete my destiny, which is what causes me to go on the adventure.
Cool.
Okay. So me. I plan on doing a voice the entire time that as I speak as my character for this campaign, and I look forward to that experience. But my character is a dragonborn bard. His name is Axelar Rhaegar Gagar, son of Rhaegar Gagar Lagar, who is the son of Gagar Lagar Lagar, who is the son of Lagar Lagar Lagar, who is also the son of Lagar Lagar Lagar. In fact, everybody past that is Lagar Lagar Lagar. Record keeping in our community is really bad because everyone's name is Lagar. It was only until my grandfather that the names changed for males, so we have different names. We kind of branched out from our beginning heritage, so now females are still Lagar, but parts of our family are different first name. However, my grandfather's brother is still Lagar, and so is his children. I am a red dragon, so I come from an evil background. My family is all warmongering, evil dragon people. They pillage, they destroy, they love to war, they work as mercenaries. They can be hired by anyone, but as a dragonborn, they're also very egotistical, very powerful. I grew up as a star. I was very athletic, or I am very athletic. I'm incredibly charming, incredibly strong, incredibly fast.
Super humble too.
Not at all. My father, the leader of our warring community, was always primping me and getting me ready to take over the mantle and be the next evil warring dragon. However, I'm not really interested in it. You know, I'm really into fame. You know, I really love attention. I love, I'm a really great looking dragon. I'm probably the most greatest, best looking dragon you've ever seen in your life. Dragonborn. I'm like really talented, and but one thing I don't do is anything artsy. You know, a dragonborn, they frown on that kind of stuff. We don't do that. You know, we punch each other. We don't share emotions. We're very, very bro, you know? And one day, while looking over in the treasure's bunkers, just kicking around, you know, up to no good as a 15-year-old dragonborn angst that I am, I go inside and I find this lute that is the little guitar thing that's buried within all this stuff. And I pull it out, and whatever reason, it wasn't, you couldn't see it if you looked for it. But I caught just the edge of this thing, caught my eye, pulled it out, and it looks like a ukulele in my hands. It's so tiny because I'm such a massive dragon. And I go off to the woods because I can't let anybody hear me with it, but I'm very interested in this thing. It's like calling to me. So I go off into the woods. I'm jamming on this thing, you know, pluck, pluck, pluck. You know, I have no skill and I can't sing, but I'm ripping into this thing, and this silver, look, can't even speak today. Haired girl shows up in the woods. I've never seen her before. She looked like some sort of human, but there was something magical about her. She's jamming. She's just dancing to what I'm doing. She's really into it. She's pretty high, yeah. And I ended up breaking one of my strings, and she just plucks a piece of her hair, and she gives it to me. It doesn't say any words, but I knew that for whatever reason, like this is another string. I don't know where strings come from, but I was like, oh, must be from like girls like these hairs. You know, if I want to ever play strings in the future, I just got to rip out a couple of hairs out of another person, string it up inside my little guitar.
Done.
But since then though, whenever I play the guitar for people or the lute, people are like really into it. Like I've never practiced. Like since this day, for whatever reason, people are just convinced that I am a fantastic artist, musically, and that has not helped my my ego or how humble I am. And I've decided since then that, you know what, maybe I was meant to be a rock god. You know, maybe I was meant to to travel the world and become the most famous guitarist, lute player that the world has ever seen. So I told my father, I'm done with this warmongering. I'm out. I'm gonna go hit the road. And I'll send you back a mixtape. Or when I'm rich and famous. And he is not happy. He disowned me. We don't speak. But I'm okay with that. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna shred some chords for people. But I will say is that that girl that I met, that was Saloon, and that she gave me that hair is from her, and that's actually the only reason why my magic or my guitar playing convinces people that I'm good is because it's actually magic. So I imagine that if I ever met somebody who is not magical, or who can repel magic, they will think that I'm a terrible guitar player.
They'll think or they'll know.
We'll decide. We'll see. I don't know. It depends how the dice go. I think.
I guess so.
But I think that's my backstory here. And then it's over to you, DM. What's our adventure?
I got one question to
Yes.
your backstory. And any siblings or like?
I am the only child, but I do have that cousin Lagar.
Okay.
And from that whole
Like
line of
your
Lagars,
rival
and they
growing
aren't great because while my father is an evil warmonger, he draws the line. He doesn't pillage, he doesn't kill children. Our Dragonborn people are actually kind of sexist. That's why we have women still named Lagar. While Dragonborn are superior, and we actually are not nearly as sexist as the humans, as I know about them. They still are just like, you'll be named Lagar. Us men have to have different names. But my father doesn't kill women, doesn't kill children. He tends to weigh whether or not pillaging a place is the right or wrong. He does it still for the coin, but he at least internally recognizes how wrong or good a situation is for somebody else. While his great uncle, my grandfather's brother, Lagar, and his children are just straight up just evil. They pray to Tiamat. We all pray to Tiamat, but they are so into Tiamat. They are hardcore cultists.
Into him right now.
They are just real bad people. So I don't really talk to my cousin, but they're like real jerks. I've always
It was a rival growing up sort of deal.
They were really not great because he was always second to me. Actually, I never really thought of him as a rival because I was always just better.
Sure.
But he was always the cousin that he'd ask you like, "You want to see a dead body?" I just wasn't into it. He'd put like thumbtacks at the end of like Nerf guns, and just I was like, I don't want to hang out with you. You're just kind of a jerk all the time. So.
All right.
Who did that to you?
I feel like you're
How'd
drawing
you
from
even
some
think of that?
personal experience.
Well, I actually watched a YouTube video of a kid doing that, and he was like, "Isn't this fun?" I was like, "No." But I did have a younger cousin, like 10 years younger than me, growing up. I think he's like 5 years younger than me, and he would have like BB guns, and he would shoot them in the house, and I would just be like chilling. I'm like, "What are you doing? You're out of your mind." But anyways, so that's my backstory.
Cool. Well, I
Kickapoo,
will
I assume?
do a tiny bit of world setting here. So we're going to be playing in the realm of Faerun, which is a very popular D&D setting. Sword Coast, R.A. Salvatore does a lot of his writing there. It's a pretty common D&D setting, but it's the one that I grew up with, so I love it. Pretty much, there's nothing crazy going on. No major wars at this time. We're sort of in this weird in-between zone. But the more that you pay attention to the world around you, the more that you get this sense that something's coming. It hasn't quite hit yet, but there's definitely a storm on the horizon. Nobody really wants to talk about it because, you talk about war in peacetime and you're this, evil, demonized thing. So, but everybody can kind of sense that something's the other foot's about to fall.
Isn't it the other shoe was about to drop?
Shoe drop, foot fall.
Yeah,
Okay.
Feet are in shoes.
Yes. Got it.
We
Negative
got
10
there.
experience for you.
Yeah, right. You're gonna get creamed this game. Can't keep your mouth shut.
One
for
thing,
sarcasm.
we are going to be doing experience through milestones, so we're not keeping track of
Yes.
events, activities, combat for experience purposes. It's going to be story driven.
Okay.
Just because it's a nightmare to keep track of every little thing that you could possibly get experience for. And yeah, so our story begins with you guys, actually all three of you, unconscious. And in your, if you wanna close your eyes to sort of like set the mood.
There you
So in your unconscious state, you are accosted by horrific visions from the darkness, slaughter, war, the rise of a great evil wreathed in black flame, a culling of all living things. Then, for what feels like an eternity, you are consumed by fire, by a pain so intense you can no longer comprehend the passage of time or existence itself. Suddenly, nothing. A darkness envelops you and you feel at peace. But as quickly as the darkness came, it is interrupted and you see in front of you 3 bright specks in the distance. The spots grow brighter and brighter. You can feel a familiar presence in the void around you as these bright lights are drawn towards you. From somewhere just behind you, a soft but powerful voice comes, and it says only one word: remember. Suddenly you appear in a space of pure light. You can see nothing around you save an amulet that floats in front of you, a simple pendant made of iron on a leather cord. On the pendant you see a pair of dazzling eyes surrounded by 7 stars. Then the party is awakened. You guys come to in a field. Can't really see much. You guys are still sort of coming to your senses as this large man with sort of salt and pepper hair. No armor, but he does have a sword on him. Sort of a portly older dude. He shakes you all and he says, "Are you well? Are you guys okay? Say something."
Who are you?
My name is Devon, friends, and I mean you no harm. I simply came over concerned for your well-being.
Devon Friends? That's a weird name.
You didn't say the commas.
Sorry. My name is Devon, friends. Period. I was
Welcome to
concerned for your
grammatically
safety.
correct D&D.
I was concerned for your safety! !
Can we get Grammarly to sponsor this audio?
Yeah.
Okay.
We've had a rash of bandit attacks, and I feared the worst when I saw you laying off the trade road here. Where were you off to? What do you remember? Were you, you look healthy enough, but oddly dressed and a lack of equipment for being so far out of a city or town.
I have a question. So am I aware that these two are with me? Who is he touching that he's waking us up?
He sort of like gave you all sort of a rustle, and then as soon as you started
touching
You
like,
did like quick tummy rubs.
Yeah.
Without my permission?
he gave you like a little head rub, and then like a pat on the belly, and then no, he came
like
over and was checking to see if you guys are dead. He like shook you all, and then as soon as you started to come to, he like took a step back.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I
you
immediately.
all sort of came to at the same time. Around you, you see there are some grassy hills. You hear sort of animals sounds in the background. There's no signs of any people or man-made structures anywhere near.
So there's
And-
nothing but these two and an old guy.
these two and an old guy, and you have
Devon friends.
absolutely no idea how you got here.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I sprung to my feet. I'm like visibly unhappy and confused at this whole situation.
Okay.
I do not like how fast you move.
Yeah,
And you look like a devil.
I do.
I don't have my cell phone, so I'm getting up real slow.
Okay, so again, this is Lindsay and I's first time D&Ding, but as Axel or Arg, I guess for the sake of not having to pronounce all three of my names,
It's almost as if that was intentional.
yeah, it was. I see these two, and I'm like, I instantly just blame them. I'm just like, what did you do to me? Who are you? Have you heard of me?
Yeah.
Because you clearly know who I am. I don't like you.
I don't like you
You
either.
look like a devil.
Is that a dragon with a man bun?
It is. It is a dragon with a man.
Yeah.
Uh,
And I instinctively reach to my hip because I traditionally have a dagger that I'm very, very attached to. And when it is not there, I am incredibly upset because it is my instinct to kind of just grab it and have it drawn to protect myself. So it not being there is very, very visibly upsetting to me. And I want to know where it is.
Okay.
I just
yeah, seeing you do that then, let's go for a dagger. I think I'm gonna just, I think I want to use fire breath on her.
Already?
Yeah, 100%.
We just woke up.
I don't care. I woke up in the field. I don't give a fuck about nothing.
Okay. So you guys
But
don't
not on
know
the old
each
man
other.
that woke you up?
I don't
No.
recognize her at all.
No.
Okay. All
I
right.
don't
Us know
recognize
each
any
other.
of these people.
Okay.
No, I don't hang out with y'all. stay with the elves.
All right. So.
So peaceful. They have such pretty long hair.
Are you like a hippie elf?
I think of Lord of the Rings elves. when I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
of
yeah.
elves.
Okay, I gotcha. So like not like an elf then, like a hobbit kind of character then.
Me?
Well, you said Lord, because the elves in Lord of the Rings were like very
Like Arwen.
turned up nose,
Yeah.
like don't really care. Where the hobbits were like, fuck it. I just want to eat and smoke weed, man.
Right.
True.
I think
I
she's
just-
like.
I think most of the elves are like Legolas and whatnot with their noses turned up, but I befriended the ones that are weird, just like in real life.
You said at that one particular lunch
Just
table.
like in real life.
Yeah.
There are high elves and wood elves, so you're probably.
Well, we're more of the high elves.
like real high.
You would think, but it's the other way around because the wood elves.
But she
they
never
love their
understood
trees.
that.
Yeah.
They love their trees.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. We're wood elves.
Okay, so actually, Devram sort of steps in. He sees you like the smoldering starting to come out of your nostrils, and he sees you reaching for your dagger, and like you're eyeing him, and so
He's
he like
rolling.
immediately knows what the situation is gonna turn into.
Yeah.
And he steps in and just puts like a grandfatherly sort of hand on each of your shoulders. It says, "Easy now, easy. Please, we don't need to devolve to violence so quickly. Tell me what. Clearly, you don't know each other. You do all seem to be dressed similarly, and at this point, you realize actually that you're all sort of wearing these tan-colored robes.
Did we go shopping together?
I would never
And I
wear
don't
something
remember.
so tacky.
Yeah.
It clashes with my hair.
And you know,
I like
you,
bright colors.
you all get this sense that these are not your clothes. They are sort of like the something
in
that you would
jail?
give to a prisoner.
There you go.
perhaps. And yeah, as you guys are sitting, you don't know how you got there. You don't know. You can't remember the last thing that you guys all remember is meeting somebody. You don't remember a name, but the last thing that comes to mind is meeting somebody in the city of Baldur's Gate, and that
Why does that name sound so familiar?
This is you're gonna recognize a lot of names in here because a lot of different things have drawn
Have
from
names?
this universe. So the city of Neverwinter, the city of Waterdeep, Icewind Dale was a big game series. Baldur's Gate was a big video game series. So yeah, you're gonna recognize some stuff.
Got it. I definitely thought it was derived from, Boulder, Colorado.
Let me just be clear. I'm stealing all of the locations, all of the world setting. I didn't come up with any of this stuff.
Got it.
Because that's really freaking hard. I can't create
Too
a
much
universe
work.
yet. Maybe next time.
No
But,
worries.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys are kind of really confused. Devrim's trying to like calm you down, and he's just let's start off with what your names are. What are you called?
Oh, here we go.
I pull out my loot from behind me.
You don't have a loot.
I pull out nothing from behind me. I go,
No, your loot's gone. What are you gonna do?
I'm actually very upset.
Devrim sees you like reach behind you in this grand motion and pull out nothing, and he just sort of like stares at you kind of weird.
Now, I just want to describe myself, because I am huge, but I also have like really luscious Vegeta hair, kind of like gold going up. So like, as I pull out, I'm just like, my mouth agape. I go, I am Axela Rhaegar Gaga. Like you haven't heard of me. My friends, they call me Arg.
My name is Riot. That's all you get.
It's a start. At least I have something to call it. Appreciate it.
You interrupted me, Riot. I am son of Rhaegar Gaga Lega, who is son of Gaga Lega Lega.
I'm sure you are, son. Thank you very much for that. And
the unburnt.
the young elf
The
lady.
mother of dragons.
Humans.
You'll have to forgive us. We have short lifespans. Time is money.
Shit.
Time is precious. What may I call you, mistress?
My name is Rue.
Rue.
Yeah.
Excellent.
See the pointy? I'm an elf.
Okay. Yeah, I do recognize you as an elf, milady.
Just a regular elf.
Okay.
Just regular.
Yeah.
The normalest of the normal.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I'm normal. I swear.
I don't know a lot about elves, but they sound just like that. I trust that you will tell the truth.
All right. Well, now that I know what to call you, I'm
Better
Devrim.
call me that.
I am.
You better remember.
Oh, trust me, I never forget a face. It's one of my calling cards as a businessman. And
Businessman, huh?
yeah, you see him.
You in the business of waking people asleep?
I'm the business of
Did
trade.
you put me in these clothes?
Good Dragonborn. I am a traveling merchant, and I apologize for rousing you, but I was concerned for your safety. I spotted you from the hill just over there, and he points somewhere behind
Did
him.
you take our shit?
No.
Oh, okay.
Heavens,
Just wondering. We don't have any stuff.
What
No,
kind of
I
shit
don't-
do you
I
have?
And that's
don't
coming
trade.
from Rue. Like, I'm asking you as Rue.
I don't. I get that.
Okay.
I don't trade in stolen goods. I am, part of the Merchants Guild in both Waterdeep, Baldur's Gate, and So I keep my business legitimate, and I would very much appreciate it if you would remember that.
I trust no one.
Exactly. Sure.
Fine. What do you have? I want food, I want a guitar, and let's start with those.
I thought it was a loot.
Loot. Yes.
Now, as a businessman, I can't exactly just give you guys stuff. I understand you are in quite a pickle, and I would love to do everything in my power to help you, but perhaps we could come to an arrangement that would benefit both parties. I'm currently traveling from Waterdeep down to a small village about a week away from here called Bowshot, and my guard was a little late, and unfortunately I don't have the time nor the means to delay my travels, and so I was forced to leave without him. Now, if you find sturdy looking individuals would be so kind as to travel with me as an escort, a guard, I would be able to provide you with some simple tools and food and lodgings for the travel, as well as a week's pay when we arrive at Bowshot. I'm sure when we reach there, we'll be able to find somebody who may know more about your situation, and possibly be able to help.
That was a long offer.
I do not trust
I don't
any
trust
of
you.
that.
However, are you a gambling man?
I once was,
Once was. Okay.
and have unfortunately lost too much to go down that path again.
So he has an addiction problem. Keep that in mind.
So
So you're saying you don't want to play 3-card Monty for equipment? That is what you're telling me.
No, I prefer in hard, fast business deals
Okay.
and reliable people.
I don't look, my Dragonborn character, Axelar Rhaegar Gagar, he doesn't really work for other people, you know. He's a self-made man, according to himself. That's how he would define himself.
Okay.
In fact, you know what? I'm going to just say all this as Axelar Rhaegar Gagar.
Sure. That
do
would
that.
help
Yeah,
Devlin
I was
to know
gonna say,
about
there's
And,
Like
so, if I do decide to work for you, I will need a title, head of the guard party, and I will need twice the pay that these two get. And I am
Is that because
willing
you're a
to
man?
convince you.
Because I'll fight you.
You're willing to convince me. I'll tell you what. We will decide pay upon arrival.
No,
at
I
Bowshot.
flex. I'm just flexing.
Based-
I'm just like
He's-
pumped up, just my arms in the air, and I'm just like,
He's
But-
sort of
But
he's leaning back and just sort of like eyeing you and just grinning at the youthful naivety on display in front of him. And he says, well, good sir, while I do appreciate your impressive physique, I tend to base my pay on services rendered, not potential services rendered. So I'll tell you what, we will decide on the split up of the pay upon arrival at Bowshot. And if you do prove yourself to be of significantly more use than your, well, not your companions, but your soon-to-be traveling companions, then we can, perhaps come to a individual arrangement at that point.
fine, but I still want to be called Head God Dragonborn at Ark.
Head guard, Dragonbard, Arg.
Born Ark.
Arg.
Yes.
it's
Okay.
gonna be hard to remember.
I promise to call you that at every opportunity at which I remember.
He said he was in the trade of remembering, so I assume that will be all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, can we talk about that really
Damn
quickly?
it! Remember this face as the head god dragonborn Arg.
I do remember your face, Erg.
Sorry, so this
Damn
whole,
it! Call me Arg.
the whole
I
like
use fire breath now.
fiery thing in the voice.
Definitely. As you just sort of like puff out this little flame, because I'm assuming you're not trying to like incinerate him.
Correct.
Okay. As you do, he does this sort of like pivot move around the flames and comes up right next to you and just sort of like leans a shoulder on you and says, that was an excellent display, good sir, but
Why do you need?
let's not keep me on my toes quite that much. I'm an old man here.
Why? I don't trust this guy. He
Do my
moves
hands,
very
I'm
fast.
Do my hands.
I don't do favors for elves or anyone.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced. Also, so this whole like remember.
You
and
get the sense that he possibly had another life before being traveling merchant. He carries himself as somebody who
He used to
like
be Gandalf.
the sword's not for show.
Got it. Cool. Well then, I'm scared, but I'll never admit it to these guys.
Well, sure.
I don't like how fast he moves, considering how fast I can move. So I'm just like,
Lindsay, you had questions.
yeah, so this whole like fiery remember thing that happens immediately before we're woken up, right?
That-
So that we remember.
Yes, that is. You can consider that a vision.
Okay, so that I want to talk about, guys. I'll wait for V to get back.
Also, you have not, in character, brought up your loss of memory at all.
Okay.
Just so you
We'll
know.
discuss
where
that
we're at.
later. Okay. So
Um,
I step in and I say, okay, calm down, guys. This is, not the time or place. Can we just talk about what we're doing here, how we got here? Does anybody remember anything?
of course I do.
What do you remember?
None of your business.
Okay.
I remember Jack.
I also don't remember anything other than almost like hallucinating. And I heard a voice. I can't quite remember what they said.
I feel like I saw Sauron at some point.
Like, okay, this bitch is on drugs.
Who's Sauron?
Sauron, whatever.
Who's Sauron?
It's a delectable treat. I've had it. It's delicious.
Excellent.
Must
Well,
have been dreaming
So
of
were we
food.
drugged?
I love sauerkraut on everything.
So we don't remember anything.
So none of us remembers anything.
Yeah.
I didn't say that.
if
Yeah.
Don't put me with a lot of you. I know exactly where we are.
if I may step in, there is a wizard known to live around Bowshot, who may be able to delve into any potential amnesia. I know he's skilled in alchemy.
In what city?
Bowshot.
Near Bowshot. It's
Excellent.
the small
Thank you.
village that I'm traveling to, just
Okay.
to the south on the trade road.
Well, okay, because I was going to ask how close.
How much do you trust this wizard? Is he trustworthy, reliable guy?
Well,
I just, I stay away from magic folk.
like many wizards, he tends to keep to himself. I actually grew up in this small village and remember he, comes to town about once a week and, trades alchemical concoctions for basic necessities. That's how he makes his living. We've never had a negative reaction with any of his mixtures. So, I can tell you that he's been practicing for a long time, and that, like I said, we've never had a negative experience with him. But whether you trust him or not is a decision you are welcome to make on your own.
Okay.
You're done. So does he collect? Is he a collector? Does he collect magical things?
You
weird
ask a lot of
things.
questions, small green thing.
I just don't trust wizards, and I just want to know what his deal is. If it's just kind of like chemicals, or if he, like.
As the head god, Dragonborn Ark,
Uh-huh.
I will make sure that this wizard is on the up and up
Okay.
before we anything.
Okay.
But we are going to get information.
Right.
And if you don't want that information, because of course I remember, but I'd like to double check on a few things.
Okay.
Okay. I'm seconds away from just wanting to run away and go back to my street life, but I'm really, really hungry for the knowledge of what the hell happened. So I agree to go with you, but I distrust every single person in my path.
That's fair. That can be a character trait. So, are we in agreement?
Yeah.
Do the
I'm
terms sound acceptable?
I'm in.
Yes.
I might stay outside when you meet the wizard, but I'm in.
Okay, excellent.
As long as you accept my terms.
Of course, Blarg.
I think it was
I
smart.
mean,
I turn to the tiefling and I go, when we get to the town,
head dragon bard of the traveling party.
Pants.
Please call him head bard of the traveling pants.
So at this, he smiles and claps his hands together and turns around and heads off to heads up this hill.
Are we all walking?
Did anything magical happen when he clapped?
Currently, yes.
Okay.
You guys haven't.
Does
seen
he have like a wagon or something, or?
Yeah, as I'm assuming you guys are following him.
Yes.
Okay. As you guys crest this hill, you do see sort of on the other side of it this huge road that's probably I don't know not huge in our terms, but it's the largest, most well maintained road in the area. It's
How many lanes?
you could probably fit 3 carts on it,
Oh, okay.
side by side.
3 lane.
And it's the main method of transportation and travel in the area other than seafaring. On the road you see a small cart with a couple of barrels on the back, and some barrels, some boxes, a little tarp over half of it, and a little donkey in the front of it, who's just patiently waiting.
I like donkeys.
He sort of does a quick step down the hill and starts rummaging through the tarped over section of the cart, and he pulls out.
While he's in there, can I try to get on the donkey? This is a donkey that I can ride.
You have to roll for that.
No, this is an older donkey, and it's already pulling a cart. So you can get on the donkey, but as soon as
You might kill it.
it's time to move.
It
I mean,
it
sure,
won't
you want
move.
to get on the donkey?
You're a giant dragon.
No.
You'd probably kill it.
It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you weigh almost as much as this donkey does.
How much do you weigh?
He's like 250 pounds, right?
There's a weight on here?
Yeah, I put my weight.
It's on the back of that one.
I am
It's on your
250
second
pounds.
sheet, but
I
you
am
didn't
6'8",
fill any of it out.
250 pounds. At
I
the
didn't
age
know I
of
had to.
15.
Age, you don't have to. Yeah. So.
What am I? 300?
Hmm?
305.
Okay.
I'm short.
No, I'm good with the donkey, but I chill with it at the front.
I don't know what the heck weight.
Well, because
I
he's the
would
only
be.
other animal thing that's around here. I don't. All you people are humanoid things.
I mean, you're humanoid too.
I mean, yeah, but the donkey is the most interesting thing that I've seen so far. I am actually smitten with this donkey, and I want to know its name.
What is this donkey's name? What is this beast's name?
That's this fine steed's name is Pasco, and he's been my traveling partner for many years.
Pasco. He's my friend now. Would you consider parting with him when we get to the city? I like Pasco a lot.
Are you gonna eat him?
I might, but until then, we will be friends.
Unfortunately, Pasco has been my traveling companion for too long to consider trading him. He has more sentimental value than economic value.
I
at this
noticed a
point.
magical aura around Pasco. I think it's his wife. I think he transformed his wife a number of years ago.
I hope you're saying this as your character out loud. We can all hear it.
After he's done rummaging through the back of the cart, he pulls out a somewhat shoddy-looking longsword, a dagger, a wooden shield, a chain shirt, and a hand crossbow, and sort of sets them all on the ground in front of you guys to divvy up amongst yourselves.
I pick them all up and I say, "What do you have for the rest?"
No. I'm super fast, so I don't even consider your opinion, and I just take what I want. Can you repeat the items again?
There is a longsword, a dagger,
Yep,
a
that's what I thought you said.
wooden shield, a chain shirt, and a hand crossbow.
I immediately go for the dagger, like
Okay.
super fast, and want to snatch it.
Does she have to roll for that? I want because maybe I want that dagger.
Well, that's why
I
I
mean, if
posed
you
it as
guys
somewhat
want
of a question.
Sure. Yeah, no, we can do a dexterity contest if you guys don't want to talk about it.
Yes.
Nope. I mean,
Yes.
I don't say anything to anyone. I just
Okay.
immediately go for it.
So let me go ahead and have both of you roll a d20
Okay.
and add your dexterity modifier.
That's
Not
Don't
necessary.
even-
not even good.
Not
A
necessary.
three versus
Alright.
18. I'm
So-
good.
So
Lindsay,
I'm sorry.
that's-
The
or,
modifier is
sorry.
what's in the circle,
I let
right?
you
Yes.
fight
Okay.
over stuff.
So it would have been a
Just take
20.
whatever's left.
Okay. Actually, he as he looks at you guys, gives you sort of a once over.
I'm horse
He
weight.
kind of what?
Said I'm horse weight.
She was
You're
ready in her weight
you're
when
a
I laughed.
solidly built.
I'm
elf.
1,100 pounds.
You're a solidly built elf, and he can. You may not look it, but he's sort
Pale
of like
as fuck.
he sort of like kicks the chain shirt and the long
it.
sword and the shield your way, and shoot, and he pulls out a loot from under the. He says as he's after he's done.
So after she takes everything, I go, "Oh, I really wanted something."
Well, no, there's still
Well,
the
it's
long
not
sword.
everything. All she
right?
took was the
Or did
dagger.
you have the long sword?
No,
She has
there's.
the long
I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever he gave me.
No,
Okay.
he kicks the
Oh, hang
chain
on.
shirt.
I don't think
the-
this is recording anymore. Oh no, it is. Okay.
He kicks the chain
we
shirt,
fight
the
over
long
weapons.
sword, and the shield over your way.
Wait, I have the dagger.
You have the dagger. He kicks the hand crossbow over towards you, and also pulls out. He snaps his finger, and he opens up one of the crates real quick and pulls out this loot that just it's super basic. It's like you don't get the same feel about it as your
What do
your
you
loot,
do without your magic loot?
but
Uh-oh.
I don't need magic.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so exactly what did he give me then? So I have the loot.
a loot and the hand crossbow. And
I
you guys can actually
have-
put that on your character sheets because it's equipment.
I have a chainmail shirt and a long sword, you said, right?
And a wooden shield. So let's do some
Okay, that goes here.
I got a lot.
data entry here. Yeah,
Pretty cool.
so that'll
Very
go
Does
down
it? What
here.
are these EPSP?
That's money. So CP is copper pieces. I don't know. There's that's for like weird money. There's in this realm there's copper, silver, gold, and platinum.
Okay,
And they have a currency exchange rate that
got it.
I don't know.
So I don't need to do
off the top
anything
of
with
my
this. I just need
Yeah.
to write like
head.
dagger.
You guys don't have any money yet.
Cool.
I put that under equipment here.
Yeah.
I have zeros there. Is there supposed to be zeros there?
Yeah, because you have no money right
Oh.
now.
Okay.
So starting with Lindsay, you have a dagger. It does piercing damage. The damage is 1d4.
I'm sorry. Do I put that all just right here?
Yeah, I mean you can
Okay.
sort of take notes, but also you can put it in here because it's going to be your main method of
Okay.
attack. So just
So, I'm sorry. What did you say? It was just piercing damage.
dagger. It's piercing. It is 1d4 plus your dexterity modifier.
Okay, so dexterity modifier would be +2, and so it's going
Actually,
to be...
the attack bonus you're going to get a +4 because
Oh,
you
my
get
proficiency
your
as well?
proficiency on
Okay.
top of that because you're proficient with daggers.
Got it.
And then, so this bonus is you get to add when you roll your d20. You get to add that to see if you hit.
Right.
This
It's just
is going to be
D4.
your damage. So yeah,
Okay.
1d4 plus 2.
Oops.
Where am I supposed to put this equipment tray?
2.
I put it down here, but that's not right, right?
No, that's good.
Because it says equipment.
These are like you put your common attacks here, and then here is your equipment.
Okay.
So give me 1 second, and I'll get to you. So yeah, under the dagger in your equipment area, you're gonna want to put finesse, light, range, and thrown.
So,
Actually, you don't have to put range. Just finesse, light, and thrown.
can I have a fucking
So she can throw it.
Yes,
I didn't ask them, but I'm just
it can be thrown.
Okay.
It has a range of 20/60, and that means that anything within 20 feet you're good on. Anything you can throw it up to 60 feet, but you get disadvantage anything past 20 feet.
Okay.
So that's you, and then Veronica gets some armor. Add up to. You don't have a dexterity modifier, do you? No. Okay, so
No, I have charisma.
good. So your armor class is now going to be 15. The chain shirt is going to put you at 13. If you had a dex
Do I just
modifier.
cross this out and put 15? What
Yeah.
do I do there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're right above it. There's plenty of room.
Yeah.
Just turn this into a 5.
And as long as you're holding the shield, you have 15. If you ever drop the shield or unequip it for whatever reason, you're down to 13.
Okay.
And then, yeah. So, and the reason why you might unequip it is because your longsword is variable, which
Is it
means
two-handed?
you can either wield it one-handed or two-handed.
Mm-hmm.
One-handed, it does 1d6 damage. Two-handed, it does 1d8 damage.
Okay. Cool.
So,
Good to know.
under your common attacks here, you want to write longsword. Your modifier on the longsword is going to be your strength modifier, so 3 plus your proficiency modifier. So you get +5 on your attack rolls,
Okay.
and then your damage is going to be 1d6/8. I may have to get a new website for this because it's giving me information that is incorrect. It's trying to tell me that this longsword is 1d8/1d10.
I'll take it.
That's fine.
That fucking broken as hell.
1d6 or 8.
1d6/1d8 plus 3. So whichever one you decide to go with, you get +3 on that.
Oh, I thought I got plus, but this is +5.
You get +5 to attacks, but +3 to your damage.
Okay.
And then your hand crossbow is gonna be, let's see, ranged, 1d6. It's light and loading, which means that
little horns. Cute.
if it's light, it means you can be dual wielded easier. If it's got loading, it means that you can't use bonus attacks. You can't attack with it twice in a round without reloading it. It doesn't really affect you early on. It's more of a later thing.
So wait, I'm
Probably
sorry.
wanna
So
write
this says
some of this
loading
down.
then.
And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what
It's a
kind of weapon?
crossbow,
Oh, it's
so-
a crossbow.
Okay.
I was going to ask what kind of weapon.
So this says loading,
Yeah. And then.
but it's light.
Yeah. So what's your dexterity modifier?
It says +2 underneath this thing.
Okay, so
but
you
then
get-
I might have proficiency in that, right?
You do. It's a simple weapon, so, or not a simple weapon, but a basic weapon.
Sure.
You get, so your attack rolls will get +4, and then your damage rolls will get +2.
And this is range?
Range is 30 and 120. So anything within 30 feet you can hit. Normally, anything within 120 you can hit with disadvantage.
Okay.
And disadvantage means that you roll 2 d20s and take the lower of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is a really cool tool that they
Cool
added on
beans.
in 5e. Cool. So you guys are all.
So just make sure I miss anything. As loading, it's light, and it has range. +4, +2. Okay. Right?
Yeah, and
The
for
loot.
right now, I'm not gonna make you guys pay attention to ammunition because we're just gonna assume that he gave you like a little quiver full of bolts, and you're just not gonna run out of those.
During this trip.
Yeah.
Got it.
I might make you buy some more in town or something, but I'm not gonna keep track of the numbers.
Does my loot has any stats, or is it based on my bard stats?
Your loot doesn't get any attack stats. It's called a focus. It's what allows you to cast. So
What if
eventually
I wanted
might
to
get
alchembong somebody?
It would be an improvised weapon. It would do 1d4. It would be based off of your strength.
Got it. Okay.
And probably I would make you roll a d20, and if you got a 10 or lower, it would break.
Damn. Last resort.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody gets up in your face, you'd probably be better off breathing fire on them.
Just in time.
Way to ruin the mood, Veronica.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
So let's start this journey.
Yeah, so.
We're getting up the hill.
You guys got all of your equipment.
Both ways, barefoot in the snow.
You guys got all your equipment, and you start heading down the trade road towards Bowshot.
I'm just talking to Pasco the entire way.
Yeah.
Just me and Pasco. I'm telling him about my journeys, my father. I'm gonna give him a whole story about my whole life. How I love him.
That's
Just
cool.
petting him.
Yeah, and we're totally okay with that.
Just petting him.
Yeah, Devram is
I can hear his
sort of
thoughts.
walking next to the cart. It's not like a cart with a seat on it. It's not like a carriage. So Devram's walking next to the cart, and he's sort of regaling you all with tales from his past, because you are not a talker, and you are also not a talker.
I'm
You
just
are,
listening
but
to
you're-
Pasco
Yeah, just
complain
for
about this
audio
guy.
purposes, he didn't point to me.
Yeah, sorry. Dan's Arg is off on the front, talking to.
Pasco, man.
Pasco.
Me and Pasco are
And-
just straight up. I like Pasco because he doesn't talk, and he allows
It
me
gives
to
you
just
more time for
keep
talking.
on
Yeah.
talking.
But I can
Cool.
tell what Pasco's
But
feeling.
I also, I'm also embellishing to this donkey like he gives a shit. I'm just like, people know me far and wide through the seas and lands of.
And everybody else is paying attention to you.
Yeah.
As everybody else is like at the back of the cart, just like letting you have your moment with Pasco.
Yep. Me and Pasco.
I'm like
yeah,
very
so-
serious. I just like want to get to the bottom of what the hell happened. So I'm
Sure,
like, yeah, I'm
and-
not talking to anybody. I'm just like,
You're Jessica Jones in it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he's
I
like a
mean,
doof.
like, so Devram is sort of like just trying to lighten the mood a little bit. He senses the tension. He senses the reservation for everyone. So he's just like telling you old war stories.
How
He's-
much have we forgotten? Because I'm 305 years old.
You've only forgotten the last 5 years. So
Because that's like nothing for me. That's like,
Yeah.
I forgot yesterday. Whoops.
yeah.
That was a crazy night.
But are you the typical high elf, marijuana 420 elf that never remembers yesterday anyway, whether you forgot the last 5 years or not?
I mean, yeah, I forget days now and then.
I mean, you see, I feel like
You're around that long, it's all kind of a
you
blur.
see sort of like the bigger picture
Yeah.
of life.
Yeah.
so yeah, you might not be freaking out as much as the other two, but
Always
you
look
do
on the
get
bright
this sense in the
side
back
of
of your
life.
mind that like,
Doo-doo,
you know,
doo-doo.
waking up in a weird field, something important may have happened over the past 5 years
Yeah.
that you should, you know, might be important to remember.
Yeah,
So
perhaps.
you're not like as freaked out, but you do have just like a nagging curiosity about it.
We haven't been asleep in the
If
field.
I was
for
by
5 years.
myself,
No.
I'd be like, I was
No,
partying.
you just
That's
don't
bad.
remember the past 5 years.
Got it.
Yeah, when you guys woke up, you felt well rested, as if you'd had a long night's sleep. Not like you just slept for a week.
Got it.
So, but yeah, so you guys are actually learning a lot about Devram. He used to be in the army for Luskin.
I'd also like to think though that Arg can hear Devram and understand that Devram's not listening to him. But as he's talking to Posco, he's one-upping Devram everything that he says.
Relevant.
Okay.
Cool.
It can be, depending on where we end up with Posco.
You know, this does it does give us some insight into Arg's personality.
Oh, I think we already know. I
he's-
think we pegged him pretty good.
In addition to his egotisticalness, he's a little insecure.
Oh, yeah.
So that's
Obviously.
okay.
I wish
Well,
someone could
but
draw
this-
our characters right now.
I actually, my younger sister is a very good artist.
Yeah.
And I had her, I asked her if she would draw Arg. So she sent me a start of it, so it's happening.
She should animate this whole thing.
Yeah,
Someone
I'll
being
send her
like this,
my
and me being
description. She
like
can do mine
this,
too.
and Dan being like, "Rrr, when I was your age."
So yeah, I mean, and he's just sort of filling the time with just random stories about this and this battle and this captain.
Right.
You know, I was
Battles.
over here, blah blah blah. And you know, he gets into some lighter stuff about his childhood and the small town that you guys are going to. You know, it's always been a very peaceful, mind your own business sort of town. Never really, you know, it's done enough to sustain itself, but not really enough to grow.
Do we fully trust this guy at this point? Like,
That is
No.
totally up to you.
like, do we get the
guys.
sense that he's withholding information from us at all?
You can roll an insight check for that.
Well, I don't have any insight. I'm really
Really?
dumb.
Can
Ooh, I
still
have
roll an
plus
insight.
3 insight.
What do
Yeah.
you have?
Why
for
don't
an
I
insight?
roll?
I have a lot.
Insight is very so like if there's any point
no, I don't.
where you want to like
Wisdom.
try
I do
and
get a
figure
plus
out
two.
what your characters are feeling, please relay that information to me because I can give you a roll and let you know what sort of vibe you get. From
What do
this
I
guy.
roll for insight on him?
Roll a d20 and then
That's this one?
yeah, and then add whatever your
3.
insight modifier is.
Whoa,
Nice.
19.
22.
You get the feeling that this is one of the few genuinely good guys. You sort of,
There you go, guys.
yeah, well, they
Well,
don't,
I was gonna say, are
they
you
don't
sharing
know.
this information with
No,
us?
they don't know this. If you want to tell them in character, you can. But yeah, you feel as if, you know, he just like stepped right in and all of a sudden he was your grandfather.
Well, I turn to them and I say, guys, this guy's alright. And that's all I do.
Well, I also don't trust you, so
That's true.
I remain
You don't have to.
You-
in
Can't
my
make you.
suspected or skeptical nature.
I
And
feel like in your suspicions, and actually I messed up with that one for these sorts of checks. I'm gonna be rolling for you, so I just need to know what your modifiers are because I don't want you to know how well you rolled.
Got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so this one's fine. It's just going forward. I'm gonna try
But
and
if
remember.
you're gonna roll, then how am I gonna get 19s? Gonna get 4s.
You never know.
But you know what, though? When you
would you
say that
like
this
to-
guy's all right,
Would you like to get a
oh,
sense of
with Posco, I
your
go,
party?
I'm more alright.
yeah,
I'm like
I would.
really
I mean,
alright.
the
most
way
alright.
I
I'm
feel
the
about Denver
most
right now is that he's
alright.
just kind of a pawn in my master plan of just like trying to investigate what the hell happened. Like that's my
Sure.
main. I'm just like you do whatever. Like I don't trust or nor necessarily distrust him. He's just
So are
I'm
you trying to
using him.
get? Are you trying to get insight on these two?
these two.
Okay.
But you don't have magic, right?
So
Cool.
what's your?
I ain't telling you shit.
What's your insight bonus?
So the insight would be wisdom, right? Or
Yeah. Whatever it says next to it.
Yeah, it says wisdom, so I would just
Okay.
go off of my wisdom
Yeah, your wisdom
modifier.
modifier.
Okay, so +2.
+2. Yeah, so you sort of get a feeling like you, not consciously, but you've been relying on your instincts for so long that you get this feeling that your sort of guard is laxing around them, and it doesn't do that around people that you don't know and don't trust. So you can kind of tell that maybe, you've known these people.
Okay.
That
I get a weird feeling.
yeah, I mean you don't
A little
have
bit
to
of deja vu.
you don't have to outright trust them, but
Okay.
you definitely know that you've dealt with them before, and
And
your
I'm not in
body-
like direct danger.
yes,
Yeah.
you don't have that spidey sense
Okay.
of like I'm about to get attacked.
Okay.
By the way, my relationship with Pasco, I have negative.
Do
one.
I need to make Pasco a girl? Is this
No, you actually don't. Not for Axelar, but
Okay.
No,
he
you don't
has
so he swings both ways, or
he
the other
he hasn't
way,
really
or-
defined. He's 15. He hasn't really defined himself yet.
Alright,
but
fair enough.
he has -1 animal handling. Do I need to be aware of that with Pasco?
He does.
Yeah,
As long as you don't try to
really
handle him.
bad around
No,
animals.
I mean,
Where?
Pasco is old enough to where he's just sort of like, when old animals just sort of tolerate you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So long as you're not trying to like get on him or try to lead him or do anything,
Mm-hmm.
he's perfectly content to let you talk next to him.
How do I have -1 nature?
You're a bad elf.
You're just the
And a
worst.
unicorn.
I'm sorry, so wait, hang on. I'm confused because I don't remember
you
what I
didn't
did when I
select it
built
as a-
this. Why did we select these four? And like, do I get...
Because those you have proficiency bonuses in.
Oh, I get a proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, so then why... I think I fucked this up then.
What?
Because my deception, it goes off of my charisma where I already have a +2. And I have a
So it
proficiency,
should
should
be
be
a 4.
+4, right? Okay.
If you're proficient in it.
I am.
So anything that's +2 is +4.
-1
right?
history.
Yeah,
that makes
I
sense.
think so.
Okay.
Because then this is intelligence. Wait, how do I know what I'm proficient in?
Because it
The
says
dots.
+2 here and then +2.
No,
No,
the
no.
dots. You selected these skills as proficiencies.
Ah, that's why.
Got it. But right. But I okay, I get it. So, but it should be a +4,
Yeah.
not a +2. Okay, that's why I was confused. Investigation is intelligence, which is 0, which is +2. Okay,
0 stealth. That makes sense.
and then the rest just go off of the basic,
Unicorn butt.
whatever.
So
Okay.
travel
Stats.
continues like this for a couple days. Remember, he said that this was going to be about a week trip. So you guys are just, swapping stories. Well, he's telling stories. Do you guys swap any stories with him?
Not with him. I'm still talking to Pasco.
Yeah. So are you just like shunning the rest of the group and just like only talking?
No,
like, if
no,
they're all
I-
sitting around campfire. Are you over with Pasco?
So I imagine Pasco sitting with us at the campfire.
You totally want to make
He
out.
can't. He doesn't sit too close that I can like talk to Pasco.
Pasco's tied up to a
Tied up.
tree.
Ugh. Fine. Then yes, I regale them with just how well I did in basically in high school.
Everything.
Just like
So actually, on the first night, I think because you eyed that loot, Debram asks you to play everybody a tune.
I usually don't take requests, but
Oh, good sir.
who am I?
Anything you feel comfortable playing, please.
Anything other than you talking.
Yes, my
yeah.
throat
So
is
I.
dry, and I would much appreciate some musical entertainment.
And you know what though, Arg is always likes the attention, So that's why I say okay.
So you don't recognize this, but the two of you kind of get the sense that Devram's feeding his ego.
Okay.
So
You're so happy that your ego's being fed that you don't recognize that it's being
yeah,
done intentionally.
it's fine. Of course, yeah. Here's one that I've been writing for quite some time.
What's your performance
4.
for?
Yeah.
So this actually goes as pretty much as well as it possibly could have.
Man, can I use while this is going on? Can I use prestidigitation?
Absolutely, that's a cantrip, right?
Yeah. So while I start my ballad that I've been working on, I'm just ripping into it, and I'm just like, all my songs really center around my name and who I am, and my adventures, and I'm just like, my name is Og. I'm the best. Everybody loves me. And while I do this, I cast prestidigitation, and I make 3 doo-wop back singers kind of behind me, and they're just like, shoo-wop, ba-ba-doo-blah, he's the best. And
It's
like
very
a
like
minor
Hercules.
yeah,
Dude.
exactly, like the Hercules.
Yeah.
Who,
Do
was
you
that
have-
Destiny's Child? Who was that?
I don't remember.
Well,
Do
regardless.
you have minor illusion?
What's that?
That's
Might have been.
prestidigitation is like sparks or making a bouquet of flowers appear in your hands. So like you could do like a little pyrotechnic light show behind you, but I think if you want like fully formed backup singers.
All right, well then instead, what I'll do is while I'm jamming, as I finish my last chord, I'll shoot up just one spark,
Just one.
just one,
One.
and just go.
Okay.
Flash.
Nice.
Oh. Savior of the universe.
And then I start to sing a second song
Okay. No.
without being asked.
Yeah, but you are forced to give a short pause as the spark just sort of shoots out of your fingers. Devram just stands up and starts applauding, just like he's thrilled. And
Devram, you know, I as a dragonborn, I can't help but blush
Yeah.
from your wanting me to sing first and applauding me after. You're all right. I now fully trust him. 100%. He has my trust. I will die for this man because now he was nice enough to stroke my ego, which for me, that's all I need.
So I roll my eyes and think you're ridiculous, but I am impressed by your showmanship, and it's a baby step closer to acceptance in my book.
Just because
I
I
do.
still don't really like her, where is she sitting in relation to where I'm performing?
I would say that you guys are. There's 4 of you, so you're each taking up sort of cardinal locations around the campfire.
Because what I'd love to do is, after I finish with that, I love to also send like an annoying little spark, like kind of close to her, to kind of just like surprise her.
Okay.
Because she's
Is
over
that
there
after
like.
I say what I just said, or because now I don't like you again?
Yes, actually, right after you say it, I also like had that coming up behind you to go.
I just sort
Not
of like have
amused.
this mental picture of you doing like the main spark and then like behind your
Yeah,
back,
just like a
you're
little one. Yeah, like.
That's great. Yeah. So and then the next the next 2 days pretty much go on like that.
So I'm performing every night.
Wait, I can respond, right?
Oh, you can respond to that spark. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know. That's the DM. I
Sure.
don't know nothing.
Yeah. No, I mean, did this provoke? something?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
I just-
annoyed, but so in order to get him to kind of back down in a move of intimidation, I just take my dagger and I chuck it at his feet, intentionally not hitting him, but
Okay.
it sticks into the dirt and scares the crap out of him.
Okay. Why don't you roll an attack roll to see how accurate you are with that throw?
Okay.
Oh
so
shit, you're gonna get him in the tail.
I hope so.
No,
That's a
Dragonborn
D8,
don't
right?
have
I
to.
don't
No,
have a
you
tail.
roll a
Okay.
d20. So it
Oh, right. Okay,
to
this would be
see
the
if you-
damage if
yeah.
I was doing damage, but this is just see if I.
Well, it'd be a d4.
Is
'Cause-
it?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Okay, got it.
Yep. So this is just to
So,
see how accurate you
Then
are.
this hit die, what does
The
that for the
hit
DA?
die is
I think that's why I got confused.
yeah,
This is
that's
the DA.
based off of your health.
I was gonna say,
So
he's
Okay, okay.
when you rest,
Got it.
that's how much health you can
I'm just
recover.
gonna write that so I remember.
Yep.
Got it. Okay, so D20.
Yep.
And do I get any? I get a
You
minus one, right?
Nope, you get a +4.
Oh, plus 4.
Because this has finesse, you get to use your dexterity stats
Got it.
with
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm not strong, but that'll do it. So
So yeah, it lands pretty much exactly where you wanted it to.
Yeah.
But since no one saw my
Right.
little spark, you look like a dick to everybody.
Well, wait.
I just look up and
I
go,
mean,
you missed.
You guys are like traveling, or you guys are sitting like several feet apart. So if you shot a spark at her, it had to travel.
Okay.
So I don't think you got away with that, unless you want to roll.
Yes, I do. Whatever it is.
Is it a
sleight of
stealth?
hand.
Yeah, sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
It's
Actually,
dex. Yeah.
yeah. What's your modifier on that?
2.
2.
Yeah, no, everybody sees it. Everybody sees it.
Okay. That's fine.
I just shoot you an annoyed, nasty look.
So what happens when she throws her knife at me?
Oh no, she throws it. It lands right between your feet and
Yeah.
just sinks in the ground. And, or I mean, you tell me. Maybe like when he sits down, I imagine him sitting on like a log and just like having the knife land right between his legs.
Yeah, but it's literally like it's like right by his toe. Like
Okay.
it's here's his toe, here's the dagger.
Okay, so threatening your feet, but not your manliness. Okay.
Nothing could threaten Dan's manliness.
Arc. Okay. I as a person.
But I
very
don't even
fragile.
look at him. I just like chuck it
Yeah.
like
Okay.
to the side and
Cool. No, I sort of like this sort of combative
yeah.
setup here.
Alright.
Yeah. So.
So did
this-
everyone see her do this then?
Yeah. No, I think the
I think so.
dagger. There's no way to make
Yeah.
that.
Even
You're
though
the
I'm
only one
stealthy,
with the dagger.
I don't think.
You're
So-
the only one with the dagger, and it's.
I
gonna be
wanted
far
it to
away.
be seen. Like it was
Yeah.
a move of intimidation. It was a power play.
So then, yeah,
So
I
it's
get.
a little
I'll
tit
get
for tat.
yeah. So it does surprise me a little bit. And,
Oh no, it scares crap out of you.
And I go. I just call you like, devil.
That's fine.
All right. And Devon just like kicks back and gives out a hearty laugh at this sort of tit for tat there. Yeah, and so everything is going smoothly. You know, pretty much everything repeats itself over the next night. On the third night, however, you guys are all, you know, you've set up camp. You're all sitting around your fire, and you all hear this like whisper. Devon doesn't hear it. He doesn't react to it at all. You all hear this whisper behind your ear that just says, "Fight." And
Like a Mortal Kombat kind of fight. Like fight.
no, more like a request. Like
Fight?
the I don't like fight. It has sort of a pleading tone to it, and you do recognize it as the voice that you heard in your
Yeah.
vision. Yeah, so let's go ahead.
Do we need to do any
What's-
kind of checks around us? Do we get like
What is are you checking around you?
Not me. I don't have the ability to do any kind of checks.
Okay, well, I mean, in response to hearing this, are you guys reacting in any way?
Yeah, I mean, I am startled.
Startled? or-
Startled. I'm more curious. Did everybody else hear it?
Okay,
So I look
you're-
up. I look to that.
So you
Well,
guys
I
are
don't
looking
trust
at
you, so I
yourself.
go, you want to fight?
And as you're looking over at her, you actually see a large wolf just sort of running up behind her.
Oh, well then,
And let's have everybody roll initiative.
okay. What was that, D20?
Yep.
Why 20?
15.
Oops, sorry,
15.
phone. 15.
15.
But you gotta add.
We all attack him at the same time!
Everybody.
We literally all just rolled 15s.
So I think you guys both have 2 modifiers on those as well.
So what is it for? I'm sorry.
Dexterity.
It's
Initiative?
So you have your
Yes. Okay. I'm
I have
plus
plus 2.
2.
Okay, so
Where the heck is initiative? Oh, there it is. I'm plus
yeah.
0.
Yeah, you
You guys go first.
and you guys actually get to decide amongst yourselves who goes first.
Well, since I see the dragon after I see, you want to fight?
The wolf.
You see the wolf.
The wolf, sorry.
Yeah, I don't see it yet.
I just instantly now just go into fire breath.
Okay.
To the wolf or to me?
To the wolf. I don't know what you're thinking about me though, but I just
You immediately go to fire breath to
Yeah.
the wolf?
Now, are
Okay.
you trying to avoid her in any way, or is she,
yeah.
there's
I'm not
totally-
trying to hit her.
There's 100% friendly fire in this.
Yes.
So
But I also know from her character sheet that it says that 'cause she,
I am resistant to fire.
yeah, resistant but not immune.
Yeah.
So if I try to go for the wolf with my fire breath, she has a way to get out of the way, right?
She's fast.
I am fast.
but you
dexterous.
probably would lunge at
Look
him
up.
because you'd
Hang
think
on.
that he was coming at you, wouldn't you? If you didn't see.
Well,
him.
I'm kind of looking up because I also heard the fight, so I look to you guys like if you said it or if you at least heard it.
Is it?
And
in,
in this moment,
Shoot.
he sees the wolf behind me.
is it in her line of sight? I guess.
Yeah.
The-
Would be important.
Which?
The wolf.
No,
No,
the
it's
wolf
not.
is coming up
Behind
behind
me.
her.
So you
Sorry.
might think he's coming at you.
Give me a
Am
hot second. I think the way that this is gonna play out is you're gonna really tense up and like stand up, and he's gonna do like sort of a sidestep thing,
Okay.
and then launch it behind you, and this can be like a cool little.
So can I charge at her and then like just move her and do the fire breath? Cause so she'll think for a second that I'm coming at her.
Absolutely.
Can I
yeah.
fight
Okay.
her?
That'll be on your turn. I'm just trying to pull up how your breath weapon works.
It works in a cone, 15 feet.
Yeah, but is it a save for no damage or a save for half damage? Breath weapon, you can use your.
What does that mean?
Breath weapon, each creature in the area.
It says 2d6 damage, DC 11.
8 plus your constitution. Okay, but it's a save for half damage.
Anybody
So-
want a mandarin orange?
But if I move her, like if I do it like here, and she's now here, she wouldn't get hit because it's a cone now, right?
Yeah, no, I think the way that you're doing that, absolutely. But let's go ahead and set you guys up here. Shoot, I didn't grab anybody for Devram.
Set us up, homie.
So this is gonna be Devram, and then you've got
All right, so we're setting up the board here.
yeah.
So she's in front of me, or I'm sorry. So this is Lindsay.
Yeah,
So she's this way.
yeah, and you kind of saw the wolf coming up over here. That's wolf 1, and then
We don't know about any other wolves right now, or do we?
Devram can be 5.
You get a sense.
Wolf 1 and Wolf 2 will have a 2.
Yeah, you.
Oh, lots of wolves.
Yeah. As soon as you see the one wolf, you take a quick glance and you do see the rest of the wolves.
Ooh.
What if they're nice wolves? You already burned it alive. It might have like,
All right. So what do I have to do to get over here to like grab her and blow
So-
it over her shoulder? Really?
Yeah. In combat, probably the way that's gonna work is you're just gonna be next to her that way, so that she's not encompassed in the cone. In combat, you have actions, bonus actions, and then movement. Movement is your speed. This table sort of represents 5 feet per square.
Per square. Okay. So,
it's
and you're
a
saying this
little
is where this wolf is?
Yeah, they were sort of sneaking up on you.
Okay.
And actually the only reason that Dan caught that wolf is that it had sort of broken stealth and was charging at that point.
Okay. So I don't see this yet?
I mean, it hasn't been your turn, so
Okay.
no, I don't think so. I think you sort of get the sense that something's coming up behind you, and as soon as you got real worried when Dan stood up and
Yeah.
charged you, but as soon as he blew his fire breath behind you, you figured out that that's not what was going on.
Right. I figured out something else was happening, which is
Yeah.
why I was curious if I could see this one yet. But go ahead.
But yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I'd say that you probably took.
Oh, you should, if you can, take quick pictures of the board state for us when I post it later.
Sure.
The board state.
Like how this looks when we.
He
compare
just
this
needs
with
a
the-
photo for-
with the audio.
That's gonna
Discard.
look so much better shortly. I'm gonna get like little things. to
Okay,
put
we'll wait
instead of
then.
dice.
No. I meant when I post this later. I mean, you do you, but if you took this picture to go along with the audio when I post it later.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Anyways, okay.
Fine.
So I'm doing this breath.
Yeah.
Do the breath.
15-foot cone, fire, dex saves. So let
I
me
mean,
pull up the
the whole
wolf
thing, or what?
stats.
What's that?
And actually,
Get the unicorn shirt.
Start combat. Okay, so I gotta roll initiative for Devram.
Speaking of unicorn, I was looking at tickets for Denver Comic Con because that's in June. It's $95 for all 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Tickets are on sale already?
They've been on sale apparently, but
Okay.
Do we have to go all 3 days though? Can we just do day pass?
it's if you buy 2 day passes, it's the same price, or if not.
Well, how
more.
much is 1 day pass?
I think it was like 50.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, we might do the one day just because, I don't know, we might not have time. We have to
Alright.
do so much crap in this house.
So yeah, actually, I gotta roll for the Wolfie, and that's.
Do you know what day in June it is?
I think it's the 17th. I think it's the 15th through the 17th.
Okay, cool.
Of what?
June.
June. Okay.
So Wolf 1. What was the saving throw?
DC is 11.
Okay, so can you roll 2d6 and then divide it into 2?
Okay.
It's so pulpy.
Yeah, they are pretty pulpy.
I rolled 6 in total.
So Wolf takes 3 damage.
Booyah, Wolf.
And then next, it's gonna be
Do I have any other
Ryan's turn.
moves that I can make besides that?
you.
Fire breath?
Gonna start
Is it a
riot.
full action or a bonus action?
That I could not tell you. It is not on my sheet.
No, it's a full action.
Okay.
So yeah, eventually you'll get skills and abilities that are bonus actions.
Gotcha.
Some of your spells might be bonus actions actually.
I have Vicious Mockery as a cantrip.
But you'd have to look that up to see if it's an action or a bonus action. I can. Vicious Mockery. Nope, it's an action.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I gotta use the restroom.
Goodness.
Alright, DM is using the restroom.
So much pulp. Yeah, you
So
should pause it maybe, right?
it can probably pause the recording, so we don't have to have people just wait there. So we will pause, and we'll be back when we can do damage. Hey, Jake's back. All right, so I have a question. When I sang and did all my things, and everybody was super impressed, could I have given them this bardic inspiration just because I was so impressive back then when I was doing my singing? Where is this in relation to when that happened? Did I
2
just
days
finish?
later.
Oh, it's 2 days later. Oh, okay. Got it.
Might not affect
So then,
this
can
one.
I give?
Bardic Inspiration only targets one creature,
Oh, okay.
so
Can I give Veronica bardic inspiration right now as I do my fire cone?
yes, if that's what you want to do.
I want her to be inspired
Okay.
by my
To-
bravery, my effectiveness,
Oh.
Okay.
and my good looks.
Okay, so just inspired at you. Just in awe of you.
You're like, my God, that
Oh my God.
dragon.
So
Boring.
I'm an
Here's
ancient
your-
mythical
My
being,
dragon.
but
here's your Bardic
that
Inspiration.
tribe would know.
Your Bardic Inspiration die will last for 10 minutes. You can use it once at any point, but if you don't use it within the 10 minutes, it goes away. Don't forget about your unicorn horn thingies that do similar dailies.
I don't remember what any of those things do.
You've got Magical Inspiration or something like that.
Is it
Magical
under Paladin
assistance?
or racial
Magical
traits?
assistance. It's right there.
Okay. I have
Yeah.
Magical Horn, Magical Assistance, Utility Horn.
Ooh, you can open up bottles with
Yeah,
it.
like a scissor
Well-
on there and
It's actually Utility Horn is for
healing
locks.
properties.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, she can
Okay.
cast knock.
I can
once
open
per day.
locks. But I'd have to trust you first before I use that because you don't know I have a horn.
That is a very good point. So
Yes.
whether or not you want to use any of these horn abilities,
I shouldn't use them in front of you because I don't trust you yet.
That's fair.
Even though I inspired you,
But I have lay hands on pool. What's that?
Lay on. No,
This is water, guys.
it's not lay hands on pool. It's lay on hands pool.
Oh, lay on hands.
You
pool.
have a pool of 5 points.
Oh, okay.
You can use those 5 points to heal anybody including yourself.
Okay.
So
I can lay my hands on your pool.
the Bardic Inspiration die, you can use it for any ability check, attack roll, or saving throw.
Cool.
You can use it after you roll your d20, but you have to use it before you find out whether that roll succeeds or fails.
Okay. It's a 5, or do I roll it?
You roll it.
Okay.
So it's
But
it's
you don't do
just
that
a
now,
D-
right? Because
yeah.
it's not your turn.
When you use it, you roll it.
Okay.
Okay.
The roll
You're
will be
up.
the same either
You're
way,
up.
but
You're
alright.
up.
If you can maybe protect our guy who's paying us, that would be super duper.
Okay.
Also,
So
remember all of the stories about war and combat that he told you.
right, so
I
I
think
think you
he's
take care of
fine.
yourself.
I
Yeah.
think he's fine.
Well, I was eyeing this one because this one seems to be pretty close behind Veronica, or I'm sorry, behind
Veronica's
Rue.
also your tank.
So
I'm 1,100 pounds.
So I react because I'm just like you fire cone this guy,
It's your turn. It's your turn.
and I'm just like, holy shit, like we're being attacked.
You should roll around me.
Huh?
Because if Veronica's our tank, and she could take this guy, and this guy can take this thing, maybe you can assist me with this thing.
Oh, I was gonna chuck my dagger at this one because
Feel free to
Remember,
help
You
me.
will be unarmed if you throw your dagger.
Oh.
also true.
You'll
What
have
about
to
the
go
trident?
pick it up, and if it's still alive,
It's still alive, right? So do we know what?
This thing took 3 damage. That's
Right,
what
but do we know what kill? Like how much kills it?
No.
no.
Okay.
You will know when it hits.
When we kill it.
No. Actually, you get to know when it's bloodied.
Okay.
That's the one thing you can ask me is it bloodied or not?
Okay.
Is it bloodied when I fire?
It is not bloodied.
Okay.
Bloodied means that it's hit half of its HP.
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
And
Good to
that
know.
Also affects
So it's higher than
some
6.
skills,
Yeah.
mostly for barbarians.
Okay.
That cheer.
Can't be looking over the
You
wall.
know I can't see far. Just joking.
Okay, so you're a tank, he's like a war hero, and you're pretty strong. Strength is my one thing that I'm not great at.
Remember, your dagger is a finesse weapon.
But I
Right,
can
right.
protect
So
you
even
if you
if
help
you're
me.
using it in melee,
Right,
you
it
can use
doesn't-
your dex stats.
It doesn't matter. Okay, so what am I gonna do then? So I scan the area, I look up, and the question is, is it dark out?
Yeah.
It's nighttime,
but you
right?
do have a big fire going here. So
Right,
you've
well
got-
also I have superior vision in dark conditions, so within 60 feet dim looks bright, and dark looks dim. So I think I can see both of these wolves, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, they're all well within the light. It's a large fire.
Okay.
Now, since, again, this is our first time playing
Well, I was just
D&D,
counting because if it's 5, it's what? This is like what? 5, 10, 15, 20,
Do we-
25, 30.
do we
feet
know
away?
for a fact that these are all the wolves in the area that are
No,
attacking us?
You don't know for a fact, but these are all the wolves that you can see.
Can see.
So, could one of you guys, as a minor action, then check to see if there's other wolves before you go into to use an action to do an attack? Is that a
Don't
thing?
think you get to see farther by focusing.
What about insight?
You
Can
that
I
would,
feel if there are more?
it'd be more of a perception check.
No.
But
Not
I
what
mean,
insight is. Feel with my
Okay.
horn.
yeah. Also, just remember, I don't remember off the top of my head what your thief abilities are, but you should have like a sneak attack or something along those lines. So don't
Sneaky,
forget
sneaky.
about those. I can look them up if you don't have them written down.
Yeah, I
anymore.
don't have them written down anymore, I don't think. Might have been on my old sheet. Okay. While you do that, I'm just gonna think.
Gonna attack some wolves. These wolves are gonna get killed. Yeah.
Eventually. So you attacked, you did 3 damage to Wolf 1.
Yes.
Okay. And now it's Lindsay's turn.
Do I have to worry about
We're
wildfires
deciding what
occurring
she should
because of my fire breath?
In theory, yes.
Because this is in range.
Unless there's like something specific. I'm
I should be
probably
good
not
to take
gonna
him out
invoke
if that one's closer.
but
If you can
technically
hit that one.
anything
Not
that you
that one.
hit that
Yeah.
not being
So this
worn
is,
and is
I'm,
flammable.
I need to ask a question,
lights
but
on
I
fire.
think
Cool.
because I can move 30 feet in one move,
Mhm.
I should be able to jump behind it and like slit its throat with my dagger.
Okay.
But I'm waiting for Jake to tell me once he's done looking up my things.
So let's see. Once per turn, you can deal an extra 1d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack if you have advantage on the attack roll. So, like if you were flanking them, or if you created some circumstances in which I gave you advantage.
Okay.
If you don't need advantage on the attack roll, if the target is within 5 feet of another one of your allies,
Okay. Which he's not.
or if it's incapacitated.
Which is
So it
also
would not get advantage even though I blew fire at it and then she's jumping over me.
Well, hang on. That's what I wanted to ask. So I can move. My speed is 30.
Mm-hmm.
So this wolf is technically what, 5? About 10 feet away, right?
Yeah.
So it's like in my range where I could like jump behind it.
Yeah.
Or like
I mean,
run behind it.
yeah. Tell me, weave a picture with your words. And tell me what you want to do.
Yeah,
And I
so
will tell you how you can do it.
I react to Arg blowing fire at it, and I'm
She
like,
called me Arg!
holy shit, there's a fucking wolf behind us.
Okay.
So I kind of jump to his side in reaction, and then decide I want to attack it. And so I was just asking what my movement could look like to get to this wolf. Could I jump and like land?
You cannot jump 30 feet.
Well, it's not 30 feet, right? It's 10 feet.
Well,
So I
The
think
way
you're
these
next to me where
grids
we
work,
are. So we're like
diagonal
5, 10,
movement is-
15.
Okay.
diagonal movement is a little different than like linear movement
Mm-hmm.
with the grids. So anything diagonal goes up sort of exponentially. So this is 5. I think this is still 10, but I think this is 20. And then it goes
Okay,
up
so
faster
let's-
than if you were going in a straight line.
So it's 20. Then let's say, right?
But I mean, don't for the purposes of story, the grid is just sort of a visual aid. 5e doesn't require the use of a grid.
Okay.
So
Also, I guess there's also like trees and stuff around us, right? Like we're in the
well, you
woods.
guys are sort of in a clearing
Okay.
that's big enough to where you could have that
A fire and
without
stuff.
risk of
Right.
Got it.
Yeah. So this is your camp. You've got like some tents over here behind you, and then sort of like the road is off that way. Pasco is tied up on a tree over here, and then you've got sort of the forest gets real dense, like in a semicircle around you.
Can you go save Pasco?
Pasco is not under immediate threat at the moment.
So, okay,
as far as you can see that far. I think you have low light vision as well.
I think Pasco might have called the wolves.
So
I'm done with him.
could I?
So you want to get behind the wolf.
Yeah,
I'm
wants to get
debating.
behind him.
Okay.
Because I'm reading like what rogue battle skills are. So rogues like to do one precise strike as opposed to like brute strength and wearing people down. So that would make sense if I wanted to jump behind it and just like slit its throat. But also it likes to prey on foes' vulnerability. So I was debating whether or not it'd be worth it to kind of investigate if it has a vulnerability.
I mean, you could look into that. Also, keep in mind that you can create advantageous situations for yourself.
With a narrative.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you want to do something funky that's not strictly combat, I could absolutely allow it as a bonus action or
Okay.
something
Could I throw her?
on
No.
your turn you could have.
Damn it.
No, I do not
I don't
consent.
think she would.
I wanna-
I do
I wanna
not
s-
consent.
We're gonna speedball in this campaign somewhere. I'm
it's a
gonna
fastball
toss
special.
you.
You do not
Yeah.
toss a dwarf.
Okay. So no, I'm gonna go with the plan of quickly darting behind the wolf, because I'm very stealthy,
Okay.
and just grabbing it by its head and slitting its throat with my dagger is what I want to do.
Okay. I don't think that's going to give you advantage because the wolf is going to see you coming and he's going to, he doesn't have any movement on his turn, but he's definitely going to be sort of like, you know, he's not just going to.
So he's like directly facing me, is what you're saying? Like.
Oh yeah, this guy.
There's no way for me to run around him.
Before he got flamethrowered, he was coming
forward.
right for you.
Okay.
And he's still sort of like, you know, intent on you. So I don't think you don't have the circumstances to sneak around.
Right. Okay, so that wouldn't
You
work.
could definitely get behind him, but I don't think that would.
You should just throw it at his face.
What if I throw it? I'm then unarmed.
You could team up with somebody then, so you're not. Because I can take this hit better than you can, right?
No, you guys are both
Yeah,
pretty much in the same
we're pretty equal.
situation.
I'm tanky and Healy. I can take hits.
Okay. Then I think I have to take the risk and throw my dagger at it.
All right.
So, is it still charging, or is it kind of like taken aback by after the fire?
The way that combat works in D&D is that all of this stuff is, in theory, happening simultaneously.
Right.
Each round of combat is 6 seconds of time. So, is he still running at you? Yes. Is he?
Okay.
Did he run straight into the flamethrower? Also, yes. But it's sort of chunked into these 6-second snapshots.
Okay.
So he'll get his movement. He might change his mind and stop charging you, but you're not really going to know that until it's his turn.
Then I don't know, man.
I feel like this could be the weakest fight of all our adventures. So this one, I don't think you have to sweat too much here.
Yeah, I mean,
you just gotta survive it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm wondering, do I even, because...
As a general point of interest, I would probably not throw your only weapon.
Yeah,
With
that's why
2
I'm
other
considering
goblins.
hiding.
Yeah, I mean, you could attempt to hide, but it's a really well-lit area, and they're wolves, so they have...
Could she
you know,
go grab a
like
burning
keen
piece
hearing.
of wood?
Sure. I mean, she could do whatever she
Could.
wants.
I'm just trying to, like, think what my options are. 'Cause
You also, like, again, you don't need to base your stuff off your character sheet. You can create a narrative and do whatever you want.
like, give me an example.
Like she said, you can run and arm yourself with like a plank of fire, so you don't have to use a
Burning
weapon that
piece
you
of
can.
wood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, that's why I'm trying to think of, like, what's in my area
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and what I want to do.
It's also the first round of combat, and you guys haven't gotten hit, so what you do now isn't going to shape the rest of the encounter. You know, so it's like if you feel like as a character you don't feel comfortable charging the front line, you can totally, you know, just reposition yourself and call it a turn. Or you could, I mean, grab a stick and throw that.
That's what I'm thinking, because I'm looking at my, like, sleight of hand, and I'm wondering if I can distract the wolf by throwing something.
Or throw a rock at it.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to throw a rock at it, because that's going to
Get its
provoke it. I want it to go away. So
I mean, it's already charging, it's pretty provoked.
sneakily grab a rock and chuck it into the kind of like where the trees, like the edge of the woods, kind of start around our camp.
Okay.
And I want to hit this really solid tree trunk to make a noise to kind of get the wolves to pay attention over there.
Okay.
In hopes that it kind of like changes its course.
So then I think this is going to be a contest of wisdom, because this is about whether or not the wolf is going to actually think that something's behind him or not. So go ahead and roll. Yeah, just roll a d20 and add your dex modifier.
Which is
4.
4, right? Yeah. So that is 13.
Okay, so you throw the rock, it hits the tree, and the wolf is not distracted.
Okay.
But that was a minor action, so you still have all of your movement, and I'm sorry, it was a bonus action. So
Okay.
You've got all of your movement and your main
So that
action.
didn't work. I think I'm gonna just reposition myself next to Devrin.
Okay.
Did you get
Just
that
based
far?
based off of the,
Yeah.
because I see the other wolves, so I want to be here,
Sure.
like
Totally.
face, like with all of them in my sight.
Okay. Next is wolf number 2. He's going to come up here, and he's going to bite you.
Okay.
Or he's going to try and bite you.
He's biting Rue. Rue's gonna get her ankles bit.
What's
And I
your...
assume it only
armor
gets
class?
to sneak up on you because you were inspired so much.
Yeah. Armor. Where's my armor class?
That's your AC.
Oh, it's 15.
Okay. So he's going to hit you.
Mm-hmm.
For 4 damage.
Okay.
And then I need you to make a strength saving throw to see if he pulls you off your feet.
Okay. My strength is +3. What am I rolling?
D20. So roll the D20 and add your 3 to it.
18 +3.
He does not pull you anywhere.
I'm
Because you weigh
1,100
1,100
pounds.
pounds. You're basically an anvil.
By the way.
Okay.
I am standard grown horse weight.
Next is
Googled it.
Can you adjust your weight?
Devin.
Like, do you have that magic ability?
No. I think I'm just still the same weight as I was as a unicorn. I'm just still in that body.
Got it.
So I'm like a grown ass horse weight. Nobody knows why I'm that heavy, but I am.
So Devon's gonna go 5, 10, 15.
Can I
20.
hit the thing? Isn't it my turn to hit stuff or no?
Nope, not yet.
Oh man,
Sorry.
I want to hit some stuff.
Everybody else has bonuses to their initiative.
Oh, so I go like dead last, like after Devram and all of the wolves.
Yeah, you're the sloth of our group.
That is
Oh,
lame.
that's
so
what
that doesn't get to
means.
hit me again, does it?
I didn't understand.
Okay.
No.
Alright.
So that determines
Everybody
her
goes
order.
once in a round.
Okay.
Didn't know that.
So Devram's gonna run up on wolf number 3 and attack it with his long sword, 2-handed.
Do I still take any damage or no?
Yes, you took 4 damage.
Oh, okay. And this is my damage up here under my strength, 16?
No,
What's this one?
Where the heck is
this is your health. So you
11.
start with 11.
it? Oh, crap.
I'm also keeping track of your health.
Okay, so 11 minus 4 is
7.
7.
Oops.
Here we go.
Right. So
What? Does he kill Devram?
no, as Devram's running up to this wolf, he steps on this rock that's sort of like jutting out of the ground and looks really solid, but
Oh,
it
my
turns out
ankle.
that it's just like flat and not in the ground at all. So he he slips and just totally whiffs this wolf.
All those war stories.
Those little stories, bullshit.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it really.
He's a good guy, but he didn't actually do any of that stuff.
Might have over embellished just a little bit.
Well, those were a long time ago. So now, actually, the wolf that he just tried to hit is gonna come at him.
I was gonna say, if you make that wolf come at me.
It's gonna reposition around here, and it's gonna bite him.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's gonna get him, and it's gonna do
And he's dead.
6 damage.
Oh.
Do we know how much health he has?
Sure. He has 12 health.
Okay.
He's a level 1 human fighter.
So now he's got 6 health.
So Devrim is bloodied. And he's going to make a strength check. Oh man, and Devrim's prone. Which means that
He fell
he
over.
has to use half of his movement to stand up. Everything that attacks him has advantage on that attack. And he has disadvantage on anything that he tries to do, pretty much.
Is that why I rolled a saving thing to
Yeah.
make sure that I didn't fall over?
Yeah. Basically, anytime these wolves are attacking you, they're trying to drag you down to the ground.
Right.
So just Devrim's going to be at a 1 because he's laying down now.
Okay.
For the sake of people listening, Devrim is being represented by a D6, so we can't really put him prone. So that's why I said he's a 1. Next comes wolf number 1, which...
Do I get to hit something?
No. This is the last one and then you.
Oh, I thought wolf number 1 already attacked.
Nope.
No. Wolf
Okay.
number 1 is just the one that got spotted first.
Okay.
He actually goes second to last in the order. But he's gonna come over here and he's gonna attack Arg. Arg, what is your armor class?
12.
12. So he just sort of like lunges at you and you do this sort of like quick little sidestep. So he just sort of like snaps at the ground right where your feet were.
And I go, ha ha ha, puppy! Bad dog.
So Rue, now it's your turn.
Oh, yay. Okay, let me hit this thing.
Smash
so I can use my longsword, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do I roll to swing at him with my longsword?
Roll a d20
Okay.
and then add your attack bonus.
Oh no, I got an 8.
Bardic Inspiration.
And my bardic inspiration is a 1.
Damn it.
Okay. So, and then I do, it says +5 to that.
So 14.
14?
Mm-hmm.
That's a hit.
Awesome.
So, yeah, roll a d6.
And this is for damage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The square one.
Yeah, gotcha. I was like, wait.
3.
3.
3 plus your strength modifier, which is 3. So you do 6 damage to him.
Good.
And this is...
Take that.
Wolf number
2.
2.
Now, I don't have any chance to shield,
Wolf
even
number
though I have
2
a shield.
Is bloodied.
Is bloodied. Okay.
Shield raises your armor class.
Oh, okay. So that's why that's 15.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
the way they did this, it's not really like skill based. It's
I
just
like
anytime you have a
rolling
shield, you're
shields
harder
to
hit.
block stuff.
So does
Yeah.
your chain shirt do anything then? In
Yes,
addition to
that
the?
set her
That's
at
what gave her
13.
another 2. Yeah.
That's 2. Yeah,
Oh,
2
got
and
it. Oh,
3.
She
so
actually
the
got
total
3
of it
from the
is-
chain shirt
got
and
it.
2 from the shield.
Got it. I thought she got 5 from shield. I was like, damn.
So Arg, it's your turn next.
All right.
I think you need to kill that wolf that came at you.
Did you say my wolf was bloodied?
It is bloodied.
Does Vicious
And I
Mockery
hit
do
him
friendly
for-
fire?
Well, you're not near anyone.
did I
Vicious
hit him
Mockery is
for?
targeted.
4?
Is it? I thought it's anything in earshot. It says earshot 60 feet.
Yeah, but it's one thing within earshot. Basically, it just means that whatever you're mocking has to be able to hear you. I also think it needs to have.
Do all the
It needs
wolves
to be
not
able to
have the same
understand the
wolf?
language.
Mm.
Um,
Do you speak wolf?
I don't.
do you speak Sylvan?
I speak common and dragonic.
Okay, so no. If you spoke Sylvan, you could talk to little forest animals.
Yeah, but I went to that learning center and I picked up nothing.
Do I speak so?
stupid.
How do I know
That's
if
a
I
joke
speak
for
anything?
older people.
Yeah, I understood it. Sylvan Learning Center.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
here's
think
my
we got into
thing.
that. It's not.
I feel like
You wouldn't be able to talk to the wolf
I speak
anyway.
Sylvan.
You'd be able to speak to like squirrels and stuff.
Yeah.
So I see him
Speak
down.
in, Mick,
I
speak
see what's his name?
Devrim.
Devrim. I see Devrim down. And Devrim, he applauded me, so he's my friend right now. And so after I sidestep, I catch a glance of Devrim on the ground.
Remember, you got a big fire right here.
I'm fire resistant. Can I just not just run through it?
You can.
Are you like immune to fire or just
Yeah.
resistant?
I am.
As a dragon, you should be.
Well, it says I resist fire.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's a dragonborn. If he was
Oh,
a
right.
dragon.
He's not dragon.
But could I run, jump over the fire, and land where I can also attack this wolf that's going after Devon? Considering how much I sidestep this thing biting at me,
He would get an attack of opportunity on you
if I left him.
because you're trying to disengage him. So you're changing your focus from the person that's right in melee range of you. So you could, yes, you might take an attack, and you'd have to roll to succeed to jump over that.
Got it. Okay. So then, could I stay where I am and use my hand crossbow to shoot this thing
Yeah, you have ranged.
Yes.
I can shoot
without
over the 50.
disengaging?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Then that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah.
Yep.
So I go, Devram! And then I roll my d20, right? For my hand crossbow?
Yeah, you roll your attack, and then you add your attack modifier onto it.
Okay. 18.
Nice.
And my attack modifier, do I know where that is? Oh, +4, so 22.
Well, hang on. Does your range modify it at all?
And it's just +2, that's when it comes to damage.
Got it.
Of course, I roll higher when I'm just.
So you rolled a 18 plus 4. Yeah, you hit it. So roll your damage, which is a d6.
D6 and it's +2? Or no?
Plus 2, yeah.
Okay.
Rue, how much damage did you do to this guy to make him
Ooh,
bloody?
8 damage.
6?
Yeah, I did 6.
You rolled a 6?
I rolled a 6, baby!
Crit that shit?
No, crit, you have to roll a natural 20 on the d20.
Well, isn't a 6 on a d6 considered a crit?
No,
No,
crit's only
'cause that's
on
for
the,
damage.
on the how well I do it at first.
Got it.
So you do. What's your dex modifier? 2?
My
You do
dex
8
modifier
damage?
is 4.
No.
What do you mean?
Your attack
2.
modifier is 4. Or your attack modifier is 4.
No, it is. It's
My
4.
dexterity is 4.
Because he has proficiency on dexterity.
Those are for saving throws. It's not your
Oh.
modifier. You get to add your proficiency
Yeah.
to saving throws, but
It's
not
just,
the.
it's just 2 then.
Oh, then it's just 2.
Yeah. Okay. Just gonna say, if you've got a modifier of 4, we did something. So you did 8 damage to him. He is bloody.
Yeah.
And that's
That's that
3,
one.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 2 and 3 are bloodied.
2
Yeah.
and 3 are bloodied, and so is Dale.
And so it's different.
Sorry, I'm trying to pull up like the actual wording on resistance, because I don't know how it works.
Okay. So, but this thing's bloodied, and do I have any other actions that I can do right now since I did the hand crossbow?
No, because you don't have bonus actions, right?
Yeah, I mean, you could use your vicious mock or your bardic inspiration. I don't know whether you get to use that once or.
I think I can use it twice before a rest.
Okay, so yeah, you could use bardic inspiration again.
Could I give either Davram or Lindsay bardic inspiration? Would it help if I give it to Davram? Will that help him stand up easier or no?
No, all he has to do to stand up is sacrifices half of his movement. It would help him on a saving throw.
Can
Skill
I give the
check.
wolf inspiration? Because how impressed he is that I nailed his ass from a distance. No, I will give it. I will give it to Lindsay. Hopefully, she gets in this fight then.
Yeah.
So this is your.
Cool.
There you go.
Your inspiration dice.
I am inspired.
Okay, so resistance just means you take half damage.
Okay, cool. All right, I'm done.
That was way too hard to find.
Oh, I'm sorry, what is it? So you just don't take damage? Or?
No, you take
Half
half
damage.
damage.
Half damage, okay.
If you have resistance to something.
Got it.
That's good.
That's not too bad, yeah.
So like if he used fire breath and you dodged, you would take quarter damage.
Right.
Let's see. So Riot, you're next.
All right.
Save Davram. This is what I tell you.
My logic is that.
If you attack any of the wolves other than the one attacking Devram, you get advantage on it, and so you can use your sneak attack.
On either of these two?
And they're bloodied, right?
One is not bloody.
This is not bloody.
Oh, then I
He
would
doesn't
attack too.
give you. He's damaged, but he's not bloody.
So at
Right.
least you could take him out.
He doesn't give you advantage because he's prone.
Right.
So he doesn't.
But I would have advantage on either of these. And advantage is I roll 2 and take the higher?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
And then also, if you have
On your
advantage, you
D20.
get to use your
Right.
sneak attack, which means that you roll
Roll
an additional D6 for damage.
Okay. In that case, I think I'm going to move. Because I can make it to here in one movement, right?
Mm-hmm. Right? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
more
that
than
seems
enough.
like enough. And then I will take my dagger and
Attack it.
attack it. I mean, I wasn't sure if I needed to declare if I'm like stabbing it in the
You
throat.
can do whatever you
or
want. It's all
Well,
your
the
imagination.
stomach. I'm just thinking
Like-
like if it's facing me.
You can say what you're trying to do, but until you roll your attack
Right,
and
right,
see
right.
whether you hit, if you get like, if you get if you get a crit on something, I let you describe everything that you do to it.
Got it.
If you know.
Well, I just
other
wasn't
than
sure,
that-
like, if I needed to take into, like, the situation, since it's facing me, if it's more advantageous to
No. there's
stab it in the
no-
throat or
Nope.
in the gut.
No, there's
Okay.
no
So, attack. I'm gonna attack it with my dagger.
Do it.
So,
D20.
20. And it's 2, right? This
Well,
is
you
where I
roll
do the...
one at a time, and then you take the higher.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
8. 2, but you have bardic inspiration,
Right.
so
8. But what's your? You get a +4 on that, so that's a 12.
We're
So
at
that's
12,
a
yeah.
but she has to use bardic inspiration before you tell her whether or not it works.
great.
Right. So, let me do the math then. It would be 12 with... Because it gets my dexterity,
It's your
or my...
Yeah.
it's a
That's
12.
your
So,
attack
I'll use
modifier.
my bardic inspiration, JIC. For 4.
4. There we
Sweet.
go.
That's a hit.
That's a hit.
Um,
So then I do a D4, right?
yeah.
That's yours.
You do
Is it?
a
think it's
D4
yours.
and then you
Yeah.
add a
Looks
D4
like
and a
your other
D6,
one.
Just not-
And
If-
D6.
'cause
Right,
you're
right, because of
using
my
your sneak
sneak attack.
and then you add 2 to
Does
that.
it matter which one I do first?
Nope.
Okay.
It's all damage
Okay.
from the same attack.
But the
so-
+2 only goes to the D4, right?
Well, you just get a total of +2.
Oh, they combine? Okay.
Yeah, all of this is going to combine. So
8
8 plus 2.
+2 is 10.
And that was 1.
Sorry?
That was wolf number 1.
Wolf
Yes.
number 1,
Yeah.
yes. So it's 10 damage.
So why don't you describe
He should
for
be
us
super dead then, shouldn't he?
how you kill this wolf?
Ooh, you killed the wolf.
Nice.
Not right now, guys.
Well, since it was a sneak attack, I guess I can say I went up to it and just, like, slit its throat, right?
Yeah,
Well,
sure.
however you want to describe
That's
it.
what
you
I
can
did.
wear its skin if you want to.
I sawed its head off and put it on top of my own and chanted, King of the North! King of the North! No, I just slit its throat.
That is some bad
Wait,
foreshadowing there.
if
you don't want that juju on you.
wait, if she properly described it though, could she get an outfit of this? Like, could she get like a
A
this?
hide?
Yeah, a hide.
You can definitely attempt to do that. I would probably recommend against doing that in the middle of battle.
Okay. So if this was like the final one, I
She's
could be
like
like,
over
I'm gonna
there,
skin
like,
this
cutting
fucker
it.
alive.
Well, I mean,
Well, dead, but-
you can say I'm going to skin them after battle. You
Okay.
don't
Yeah,
have to-
Got it.
Okay.
So long as it's not
So
like rotting.
Its
you
throat
can
is
get-
slit and its dead carcass is on the ground.
Okay.
That's
It's
where
also-
we're gonna leave it at that.
It's also a little singed, just for the record.
Right, also a little singe from your fire blast.
Okay.
It's warm. It was sweating.
Man, you should have
So-
gotten its real detail and like like hang off my back backwards and just like reach down and like be like bloop.
Well, again, we're still in the middle of combat.
She doesn't feel comfortable with you like that.
We'll get
yet.
there. We'll get there.
Yeah. I mean,
I just want to speedball people. I just want to like fastball them. I just want to throw everyone. Except I'm gonna try. I'm gonna break my arm. Yeah.
Try and throw me, Dan.
Okay, so it's wolf number 2's turn.
So this one's dead.
That one's dead. Yes.
Oh, I guess we'll leave it here because we know what
Yeah.
the body is. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's wolf number 2's turn. He is going to attack Rue.
Stop
And
it.
he's gonna whiff. He's gonna whiff so hard that
Good dog.
he's prone.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
He whiffed his
You're gonna
face
kill
into the
this
ground.
fucking-
So yeah,
Wolf on your turn,
went
girl.
to bite you and just like ended up just body slamming the ground.
Nice.
So yeah.
It was my charisma.
Next
Affected
is
him. He's like, nah,
You
I
just like
can't
batted
bite
your
you.
eyelashes at him.
And he just
He just
fell.
fell over.
next is Devram. He's gonna stand up and he's gonna swing at this wolf again.
Why doesn't he do that?
And he's gonna hit it this time. And that's a D8. Yeah.
Yeah, 4 at least.
So he actually does roll a 4 plus 2.
That wolf is dead.
So we overkilled him.
That was number 3.
Can't swing back.
Because 3 already had, what, 8 damage on it?
Yeah.
From your crossbow, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, he basically what he does is the after you hit the wolf with the crossbow, it like it stumbled back just a little bit, just gave him enough room to where he could get up safely without getting attacked or anything, and he just like he's so mad at tripping in front of you guys that he just like gets up and just two hands the sword and does this weird little like spin thing and comes around with an overhanded chop on it and just like right in the skull, just cleaves his head in two.
Nice.
He used to cleave.
Yeah, something like that.
He splits them like a banana.
Yeah, so
Hey, and 3 now doesn't get a thing, so now Veronica should be up, right?
Yeah.
Because 3 is super dead?
yep. It's Veronica's turn, and
Okay.
you've got the only living wolf next to you.
Of course I do.
Which is bloodied
It is
Yeah.
bloodied, yeah.
and prone.
Question.
Oh, it's prone. You get advantage on your attack
Yeah.
rolls. If you so desire, dropping your shield is a free action.
Okay.
So you could drop your shield and two-hand your longsword.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna see that he's down and
Yeah.
just be like, fuck this shield thing.
Yeah. Fuck this shield
Wait,
thing.
I have a question about how this all works. Given Veronica's weight, could she ever
Just roll over
Wanna
it.
talk about my weight like
Stand
that?
up.
could she ever
Just crush
decide
'em.
that she wants to body slam someone and use that as an attack? Does that work as in this world? I just want to know what my
We-
options are in the future.
You can
If I
definitely.
want to body slam you.
You can definitely grapple and body slam people. It won't do that much damage. You'd be better off just using a basic melee attack.
Got it.
Do I get a little bit of advantage
we-
because I'm a horse?
I feel like we should work body slams into this character.
We should.
We didn't.
This is a game of imagination.
Yeah. We didn't discuss your weight before we started playing, so you
Yeah.
have to give me a second to figure out how that's going to work.
Okay.
So that'll
Sounds
be
good.
something I'll have.
Later.
Body
I'll have-
slams in the future, guys.
Yeah, I'll have some.
Coming soon.
Water Horse is going to make an appearance in the future.
We'll find some sort of compromise, because if you just keep on giving your character abilities, it's gonna be super broken.
But all the abilities, though.
We're just looking to work with gravity
Just
here.
want to be okay.
Well, yeah, but gravity, magical horn stuff, immortality.
I just mean like if a body slam was like
Healing.
1 point more than it would be
Well,
like a regular.
right now, a body slam isn't anything. A body slam wouldn't technically. do
Okay,
any
so if it
damage.
was like a long sword or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's like if we just like cleaved him with a sharp object, but with my body.
I took my long sword and then just rolled over him.
just kind of
with
fell
the blade
forward.
side down.
I mean, I don't think a body slam's usually going to be more advantageous for you than regular attacking.
Makes sense.
I think there are specific situations where it could be useful.
Like if they
Ooh,
only
like
have
from
a
a
little
height
bit
of
of
a
health
distance.
left.
That would
Yeah,
be
like if you jump,
throw yourself off of
if
a
you,
building.
if you jumped
Land on
off of,
someone.
if you jumped one story onto somebody, I would give you some serious bonuses.
Oh
on that.
yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Keep
Okay.
that in mind.
Yeah, definitely.
There we go. It's like, gotta be able to work it in somewhere.
Because
I think that makes sense.
I want to have that happen so we all get an idea of what your weight is. And we go, ooh.
Well, yeah, she falls off and we just hear the thud and how loud it is, and we're just like, oh man.
All right, cool. So what's happening here?
Okay.
All
So
right.
you're
So I throw the shield
Two-handing.
aside, and I'm gonna two-hand long sword.
Two horse the sword at them. So roll a d20 twice and take the higher number.
Okay. I need another d20, or I just roll this
You
twice.
just
Yeah, just roll that one
twice.
twice.
That's a
15.
15. That's a 17.
17.
Natural 17.
Hit. I wish there was a bonus for natural 17s. But you do hit him, so go ahead and roll a d8 and add 3.
Which one's the 8? This one?
the
No, that's
cone looking,
12.
like the diamond looking one.
Diamond.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta learn these. I haven't done this in a long time. Alright.
I
I got a
Five.
before I
5.
had mine all in order.
5 plus
I got
3,
fucked up.
8.
8.
You kill him. Why don't you tell us about
Tell the wolf how he died.
Read it the story of its own death.
but tell the class about how you killed your wolf.
I threw the shield. I two-handed my sword.
You accidentally release a neigh. and we all think it's weird, but we're like, whatever she needs to do.
And then I just whack him. I whack his head right off.
Decapitation.
Yes.
All right.
Nice.
Yep.
Sweet.
Cause I'm tanky. So
Yeah.
if I swing that thing with no
They
shield,
gonna feel it.
it's for real.
All right.
For real,
all right.
real. So his head goes flying, and then I also think about making clothing out of the wolf later,
Sure. I mean, do you guys wanna try and
or at least
skin them
putting
now?
a paw.
Well,
I
yeah, they're all
definitely want
done
to
now,
skin
right?
this one, because this is the only one with a head.
You didn't
I
kill
will-
any wolves. You do not get priority on who
Listen,
gets to skin them.
Just can I please tell you why? Is because I really
I have priority.
yeah, but I really want a cape.
You
no.
want a cape?
A fur
Oh,
cape?
I definitely want a cape.
No.
Okay, you know that this wolf is about like this long.
I'm
right?
okay with a little cape right now.
Talk
Tiny
to
little
chance-
that cape.
Yeah, every chance I get, I always try to make a cape.
Talk to Devram about
Yeah,
getting a
you
cape
can go
from
check on
Israel.
Wolf 3.
There you
Wolf
go.
1 is mine.
But he messed up the head. It's gonna ruin the whole aesthetic.
That's unfortunate for you.
Wait, because the head is split in two.
Yeah.
And if you have two halves of a head, you can make some kick-ass pauldrons out of that.
That's true.
All right, fine. You convinced me.
Yeah.
Okay. But we do have to see how good you are at skinning.
Yes.
So
Is there a nature skill?
Oh no.
Oh no, I have 0.
I'm negative nature.
I also have 0.
I hate nature.
I also have -1 animal handling. I don't know again if this plays
animal
into skinning.
handling is for live.
Okay.
Live animals
Why don't
only.
you guys roll a d20 for your respective wolves?
I got a 3.
I got a 9.
I go to
18.
skin it. I realize it's too much work, and I walk away.
Yeah, I mean, you just sort of put some holes into. You started to try to skin it, and it just didn't work out. But you did manage to ruin the pelt.
It's like, oh, this isn't my thing, and I walked away.
Yeah, Lindsay's the only one that gets a usable skin out of this.
Well, I'm over here and I'm going, Bosco, avert your eyes.
So you get
I think wolves and donkeys care about each other.
You get some skin off of there, but it's like got holes in it.
You've got a bracelet.
You've got like blood stains all. So it's you have a skin.
Just has some
but
fur
it's
like
ugly.
hanging off his head.
That's fine.
But can he
It's
take the cleaved head?
Yeah.
Is
no,
that-
I mean you got the cleave head, but they're like
Okay.
uneven now.
Okay.
So it's just like you did it, but you did a real bad job of it. Veronica didn't even
You
successfully
can have my
get the
full
skin
head
off.
that I chopped off. I don't care.
No, it's fine.
I'm no good at this.
It's fine.
And
you really fucked that one up.
yeah.
Probably should be nicer to animals since I'm a horse, but you know.
You're a what?
Unicorn.
I was talking to myself.
This is she was talking to her in player.
So after she stabs the wolf, she's just walking in circles talking to herself.
Yeah, but if you want to add a wolf pelt to your inventory,
Yes. So where
You
does
would just
that
go underneath that stuff. That's your equipment.
I mean,
It's
it's not
considered
equipment.
equipment?
I think the next page has
Inventory.
maybe the other side of that one.
Your appearance, allies,
Other-
symbol, blah blah blah. Treasure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put it under there. Because this is like something that you could probably sell.
Yeah.
You know,
Because that's all magic. Okay.
it's not like professionally done, but for an amateur, you did a really good job.
Okay.
Um,
So I have one wolf pelt. Cool.
Cool.
Sweet.
One wolf pelt. Check.
You've successfully beaten my wolf trap.
Question. Can I search the contents of this wolf's stomach that I'm already pelting?
You.
Because
To
I ruined
re-eat
it.
anything it's already
I
digested.
just want to see if it ever like ate something, valuable. Maybe like scarf down some coins at some point. I just want to know what's inside this.
You just want to loot the wolf. It's
this wolf. Yeah, I want to loot wolf. Yeah.
Sure. Roll another nature check to dissect the wolf.
12.
All right.
12. You manage to cut this wolf's stomach open, and you find half of a digested rabbit.
And a bottle cap. There's
I'm gonna
always a
keep that
bottle cap.
rabbit.
No bottle cap.
No?
No. No bottle cap. Just half a digested rabbit.
Yum.
Can I do anything with that later? Will
No.
that feed me for points?
No.
Well then, I'm just like, should it fight on a full stomach? Stupid. Also, that was vicious mockery, so I damaged it in death a little bit more.
Okay.
It felt it.
I'm just pretty pleased with
From-
myself. I
from
take my
the
pelt, throw it over
Yeah.
my shoulder, and I wipe the blood off my dagger, and I'm like,
And it doesn't show because
Resheath
you're
it.
red.
Yeah. So. Awesome.
Can I heal myself in secret? Is that something I can
You,
like go behind a bush and like wheat?
well, the healing is a paladin skill, not a unicorn skill.
Oh. Oh, cool.
Yeah. But you guys are gonna be able to rest after this, so totally
I don't need to.
unnecessary.
Okay.
But if she
Yeah.
does it now, and then rest, because she doesn't get full health points back when she rests, does she?
well, it depends. Is it a short rest or a long rest?
Yeah.
I don't
On a
know.
long rest, you get full health back.
Oh, okay.
It's basically it's a full 8 hours of sleep unless you're significantly injured.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you lose a limb, it's not gonna grow back, but you know.
Can my magical horn make limbs grow back? For
I don't
future
know.
reference.
You get a little hand, like Deadpool.
Yeah.
You almost wish you didn't do it at all. You're just like,
Yeah. So
Let's see. Everybody's sort of like cleaning up. You're still kind of on edge, just sort of checking the surroundings. But you know, with your dark sight, you're able to see for a decent distance, and you don't see anything.
We put
else
out the
coming.
fire.
For those who don't know, the fire was marked as a cookie.
And Veronica just ate it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys go to sleep. I mean, Devram stands watch for most of the night, just to make sure that nothing else funky pops up. He does comment that this is, strange behavior, and he's very appreciative for the help that you gave him when he was in a rough spot there.
And he better make sure I've said my name appropriately with my title.
He does. He forgets the title in the moment, but he does actually get your name right when he's thanking you. And he uses the full Axelar, Rhaegar, Rhaegar. He doesn't even go for the abbreviated version. He shows you some respect there. He kind of grins to himself and he says, "I knew there was something about you guys that was a little bit sturdier than your common folk." So you guys rest up. You get all of your bardic inspiration back. You all get full hit points. and the rest of the trip.
Wait,
goes-
before we go to sleep though, after we've killed the
Are you gonna sing
dragons.
us a lullaby?
No.
the wolves.
No, after we've killed all the things, before we go to sleep, can I just do a victory? Just like just shoot 2 more presentation, like little fireworks out of my hand when I make like a rock and roll pose.
Oh
Just
my
like
god,
that.
you're so obnoxious.
Yeah, no, you can do that like post battle victory pose.
So I
where
want him to
it's-
thank me, and then I'm gonna go and just shoot like little like
Okay.
like sparklers. I'm just on my pinky and my pointer. I'm just like
Yeah. Okay.
that's what I just wanted to do.
That happens.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. Devram sort of chuckles at the display, and nobody else pays you any mind.
Whatever.
You hear Pasco doing
Am I
sort of
not
like a
donkey?
little snort in the background.
I go. This guy knows what I'm talking about.
How right is it donkey? I was gonna say he whinnied, but I was like, I know donkeys don't whinny.
Bray.
What do they
The
do?
hee-haw.
Yeah.
Love you, Pasco.
Yeah. So the rest of the trip goes fairly smoothly. Other than getting the cart stuck in some mud, there's nothing eventful. You guys aren't attacked again, and shortly.
Oh, at some point I also give Pasco a break, and I carry the cart.
You start carrying
myself.
the cart?
Yeah, just above my head. I'm just like I got. Oh no, I want to pull like Pasco does. I
You want
pull
me
it
to
behind
carry
me.
Pasco
Yeah.
or
You yeah.
I just pick him up? No, can't show you my strength
sure.
yet.
I'm just really trying to get Pasco to
You're
leave
taking
this
a lot
guy.
of like inspiration from Hercules here. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just, but I really want Pasco to be my friend. I'm really trying to use persuasion of Pasco
He wants to take him
leave
with
this
us.
guy
Yeah.
and become my like sidekick through these adventures.
I think you're gonna have to find somebody who is less attached to.
I will kill Davin.
Devon?
Whatever his name is at
Devin?
this
Devon?
point.
Dick.
Maybe he should have died. All right.
Yes.
Then we could have had Pasco all of ourselves.
That's what I'm saying. We could have had the whole cart. We're so stupid.
So yeah, as you guys on the 7th day, you guys cross this small little bridge, and
And there was a knight
the
in
town.
black.
Shh, spoiling it. No, but you see a small village off in the distance, sort of like come up over the horizon, and Devram claps his hands together and says, "Ah, we're here," and sort of quickens the pace as you guys approach. He starts telling you a little bit more about the town. You learn that it has one tavern in the whole town that also serves as the inn. They don't have a whole lot. They have sort of like a general store, but because it's a small farming village, it's mostly farm equipment in there. They do have the
Think Mulan. Small town.
what is it? Damn it! What was that movie?
Mulan.
No, that's Beauty and the Beast, where she sings about the
Oh, provincial town, yeah.
provincial. Yeah,
I've never
so
seen Beauty and the Beast.
You've never seen Beauty and the Beast?
What?
Wow.
What? Get on that
Luckily
girl.
for you, if you imagine Axelar, he's both Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That clarifies it for me. Thank you.
because I mean you've seen a lot of Axelar.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, but this like real small town. There's probably like a population of 35 people. They have like a little mayor who lives in the nicest house in town. Devon tells you that this mayor didn't grow up here, but had a lot of town management experience.
He lied on his resume.
Yeah. But he's everybody's pretty happy with him, and they haven't really had any issues.
and he's helped out the economy there, getting better trade deals for produce in neighboring towns or whatever.
Money laundering.
Naturally.
I was gonna say, does he have a red ring where he's making magic come out of?
And yeah, so you guys, after learning all of this, you're in town. Devin turns to you and says, "Well, I've got some business to attend to now that we're in town, and I'm sure you'll probably want to go meet with the mayor and see about the wizard nearby. See, when the last time he was in, and because nobody really knows where he lives. Wizards and their secret towers, but hopefully they'll be able to, get in touch with him somehow. I'm not overly familiar with his recent habits, but that was something that we could have done back when I lived here, so I don't see why not. After completing some trade in town, will have your payment, and we can meet in the inn, say around sundown.
Okay.
I am
I'm
gonna
curious.
make a little bit of a trade offer here. If you don't, as Arg would say, sounds great, friend. But if you don't show up before sundown, or by sundown,
Then you keep the equipment.
I'm keeping Pasco.
Well, I
Pasco
need
has to go
Costco
with
to take the merchandise
stuff.
to sell. But you may hang on to the equipment as collateral, and
Oh, that was non-negotiable. You might not have been aware of that, but that was non-negotiable.
well, it was implied. But seeing as you're dragonborn, well, he's not your friend, but
Acquaintance.
yeah. Seeing as this guy seems to be mistrustful
This
after
guy.
we've done battle together,
Oh no, I love you. I'm looking for any opportunity to take Pasco.
understandable. He is a valiant steed.
He makes waffles.
So more or less, we have free time right now. So he's going to do this
You
business
do.
trade, and we have free time.
You
Yeah.
do.
I know
You
what I
have
wanna do.
access to the town. You
Make
can
some money.
you can try and make some money, but remember,
I'm
not
gonna
a very
find an
rich
IPA
town.
somewhere.
There is a tavern, but you guys
Get some
are
beers.
you're meeting up there later. Devram suggested maybe doing some information gathering.
Yeah, but what the fuck does he know?
He doesn't tell me what to do.
Are we?
You can't police me.
Yeah,
Oh,
no. I'm just recapping all the
We're
information
just
you guys
teasing you,
have.
Jake. Don't worry.
Are we ending here? Are we continuing here? What are we doing?
I mean,
Is that going to determine a decision you make right now?
Well, I meant like time wise.
Oh.
That's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I mean, it's 3:30. I've got probably another hour and a half of content.
Or we can stop here because there's a lull.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we can totally stop here.
That might be for the best because we
Mhm.
have to go home, drop that table off, and then because he has to go to a thing for work.
Okay.
Okay.
Ja.
Then we'll cut it here.
Cool. Well then, good adventure. I
Yeah.
killed some things. Did I level up at all? Did we level up?
No, you.
Ah.
This is the.
Do we find better armor? Like, how do we
No, I mean.
Did you
the-
have your shield still?
protect ourselves
Since you
better?
dropped it?
I
I'm
go, went and
assuming
picked
she
it up.
picked it up.
Yeah.
All right.
When she murdered that wolf,
Yeah.
her hand was free again.
Yeah.
She grabbed
So
it.
I have the story kind of split up into chunks. They are larger chunks because I don't think we started until 1 today. So probably just if you want to level up at the end of every session, we're gonna need probably
More
like
time.
5 to 6 hours.
Makes sense.
But yeah, we'll just plan better next time.
All right.
So
Well-
no, for right now, no equipment, no leveling.
We're in a town. We got a lull. We're about to meet
Yeah.
Davin at night. Got
Right.
it.
But when we start again, we'll start with the free time in the city, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because I got plans.
You got like
4 hours in the city until
Okay.
until sundown.
Okay.
Cool.
Cool. Well, then we will plan
Village.
for another episode and another adventure very soon.
All right.
Cool.
Good job, guys. All right, and
Fucking murdered some wolves.
all right. This is the end. Bye.